My mother, whom I considered my idol, my everything. My mother sat in the dark alley, as if losing her mind, and said and laughed, "Leah, my daughter, my darling." Haha, the little girl sitting next to her saw this and begged, "Mom, I beg you, please be sober, please." Suddenly, the mother smiled and instructed, "Listen, Leah." Then she quickly instructed, "Your husband must be someone with outstandingly handsome looks." As soon as she said this, she coughed up blood, causing Leah to cry worriedly and call out repeatedly, "Mom." Before dying, the mother did not forget to pray, promise to live happily, okay, she said, before passing away, causing the little girl to cry out violently, "Mom." Leah kept calling her deceased mother in pain, "Mom," and so, my mother's last wish. Finally, the little girl decided to follow her mother's will, yes? Leah's eyes secretly determined with that promise, I promised to marry the most handsome man, and that promise became the biggest goal of my life. Back in the present, Leah was eating when she spat all the meat in her mouth out. It all stuck to the face of the man in front of her, and she stammered, "Wait, what did you just say?" He immediately repeated it once again. "You will have to become the Emperor's 12th concubine." But wait, was not that last week's story? Currently, Leah spat out all the wine she was drinking onto his face, then stammered to confirm again, "What? No, wait, what did you just say?" His expression seemed very familiar with this. So he repeated once more, "I am talking about you becoming the Empress of the Fritten Kingdom, and yeah, this is exactly my life right now." Believe it or not, the older man sitting over there is my father, Duke Uzgal. Not long after my mother passed away, the Duke suddenly appeared in the slums and took me to live in the Uzgal family of the Harun Kingdom. But that glamorous life did not last long. The Duke, he has been a gambling addict for many years, and the Duchess, along with her daughter, Tenhaley, did not even bother to hide their contempt for me. And so I was abandoned for 12 long years, which really made Leah uncomfortable in her heart. At this point, she questioned and repeated what the Duke had said earlier. "Did not you say last time that I would have to become the Emperor's mistress? Why suddenly Fritten?" Before Leah could finish speaking, a woman slammed a glass of wine on the table and replied loudly, "Exactly, that is what we are talking about." Just when I thought I could finally do something useful, they suddenly changed their plans. Honestly, it is a headache. And this woman with a difficult face is the Duchess Uzgal. The Duchess spoke up to criticize. What a waste of time. The Duke on this side suddenly cleared his throat to announce, "Ahem, this is the Emperor's decree. Just do as you are told." Finally, she realized everything in anger. "Oh, I see. You guys are out of money, are not you?" Although she thought so in her heart, she still had to smile and accept. Haha, of course, I guess. At this point, the Duchess asked the Duke's mood, "So, are you happier now that it is the Fritten Emperor instead of the old Emperor?" He was confused when asked, and said, "Huh." Leah was a little unhappy when she heard this. Yeah, how fun. The Fritten Kingdom is known as the Land of Ice, where winter lasts 9 months of the year. Is the only kingdom that has to defeat not only ferocious monsters, but also dark dragons? In recent years, they have expanded their territory by dominating neighboring countries, and the king who rules that kingdom is known as the bloodthirsty demon of war. At this time, the young lady worried first and spoke up to warn, "You are not planning to run away from marrying the Emperor, are you?" When she heard this, she affirmed, "What? No way would I dare to do that, really, Haley?" And this girl is Haley, the daughter of the Duke and Duchess. Although Leah smiled on the outside as if she was very obedient, she secretly planned in her heart, "Yeah, just keep going, say whatever you like, if you think I will listen and get married." "You are dead wrong. I have been planning since you wanted to marry me off to that old man." She was feeling triumphant when the Duke suddenly spoke up. "Oh, and another thing. The wedding will take place in 5 days." These words really startled her. She screamed out in fear, Leah ran back to her room with tears streaming down her cheeks. As soon as she saw her burst open the door crying and running in, the maid immediately spoke up worriedly. Yes, miss, what is wrong?" Leah announced the worst news of the day with difficulty. "Millie, it is bad. I am going to get married in 5 days." Millie was startled when she heard this and said, "Huh." She added the latter part about the fiancé to that Fritten Emperor. The more Millie heard, the more shocked she was, and could not believe it. What, that crazy person? Leah quickly went to support Millie, who was about to faint after hearing this information. Then she did not forget to instruct, "That is right, so hurry up and give this to Robbie." The faster the better. Millie is currently so dizzy that she wants to die. But she kept instructing endlessly. "Oh, check the jewelry box in the wardrobe too. Take everything out and sell it for money." Millie still does not understand what is going on, and quickly stopped her. Wait a minute, miss. What is all this about?" Suddenly asked like that, Leah quickly smiled and repeated the plan to run away from the Duke's house. "Oh, did not hot. I tell you already, I have been planning to run away for a long time." Millie was frozen by that sudden information. At this time she happily thought about her own escape plan and chattered, "Come on, Millie, think about it." Leah was very confident in herself and declared, "Surely I, the great Leah, would want to marry a man I do not even know, and that is right. I have only one goal in life, which is to fulfill my mother's will and marry a husband with a super handsome face. Leah had no dignity at all and kept eyeing men with overwhelmingly handsome faces. "Ah, Millie, look, an angel just passed by." Millie was confused by her young lady's actions. "That is just a normal person, miss. Thanks to my mother's will, I have been constantly searching for a perfect face." She not only eyed people on the street, but also her teacher, causing him to helplessly remind, "Well, are you focusing on today's lesson?" She was engrossed in watching and was caught, making her embarrassed. "Oh, of course, I am a model student." And so little by little, I grew up to become a genuine appearance-obsessed fangirl. After listening, Millie hesitated to answer, "Oh, I understand." Thinking that Millie understood her, Leah happily ran over, "Ha ha, you understand me." Then she grabbed Millie's hand with extremely trusting eyes. "All right, Millie, I am counting on you." Suddenly being trusted like this made Millie feel heavy. Then she had no choice but to accept. Okay, I will definitely do it." Evening at the Duke's mansion. Leah, wearing a cloak, looked down from above to observe, "Is that the right place?" Previously, Millie had given her the information to run away. Mr. Robbie said to meet him at midnight under the ginkgo tree on Laurel Hill. Leah thought her plan was about to succeed, so she was very excited and looking forward to it. "That is right, there is still plenty of time. I just need to start moving." But at this moment, she heard some noise and looked over. She saw two butlers passing by, so Leah quickly hid. The two butlers talked to each other in surprise. "Wait, is not the wedding supposed to take place in 5 days? How would I know? Just hurry up. Everyone is preparing very urgently. Hey, where's the towel? Is not the food ready yet?" Leah was extremely panicked behind the door and could not understand. What the hell? What are they doing here at this hour? "If I stay here any longer, I will lose my chance to run away," she was thinking when she looked up. She saw a room full of gold-plated, making Leah's eyes light up. Then excitedly wanting to take it away. "Money, of course I need it. Money and beauty have always been the most worthwhile things to invest in. They are using this expensive silk as a carpet. How extravagant." While she was grabbing gold, a shadow appeared in front of the door. Then the door was quickly opened. A man covered from head to toe walked into the room. The Duke was next to him, constantly flattering. The Duke's family mansion is usually decorated more than this. "Your appearance at this time is really too surprising. We never thought the Frieden Emperor would come at this time." The Emperor did not say a word when he heard those words. He kept sweating and flattering. "Please wait here for a moment, Your Majesty. We will prepare a room for you immediately." But suddenly the Emperor stopped him. "Wait." Then he looked at the lump in front of him and spoke. "It seems we have another guest here before us." Leah is currently lying in the blanket, crying and constantly chanting, "Do not breathe, do not breathe, do not breathe. Repeat what is important 3 times. The Emperor asked, "Who is it? Come out here now." Hearing this, she still refused to leave the blanket and slowly stood up wrapped from head to toe. Then she lifted the blanket off her body and put on a guilty expression. "Please, please forgive me. You see, the truth is." At this time, the Emperor also took off his hat and cloak and ordered, "Quickly state your full name." And her true identity, the Emperor's handsome face, appeared, which made Leah struck by love at first sight, and her heart ached. The Duke saw her appear in here and turned pale, constantly questioning, Leah, what are you doing here at this hour? Why are you in this state?" The Emperor heard this, and was surprised to ask, "Confirm you said, Leah." When he looked over, he saw Leah swing the blanket up strongly, then spread it straight to the Emperor's feet. Then shyly and bashfully greeted, "Nice to meet you, Your Majesty, Emperor Fritten." Suddenly the Emperor paused. When he saw her lift her skirt and greet him in a very formal manner, "I came here as soon as I heard you set foot in the mansion, because I was in a hurry to prepare, so my appearance is a little. Anyway, I am Leah Uzgal, the second daughter of Duke Uzgal of the Harun Kingdom. Your future wife, your lovely bride here," Leah said while smiling and winking, sending a heart, looking very skillful, making the Duke standing behind her only know how to collapse and want to faint. "Oh." The Emperor at this time looked at Leah with a look as if he was looking at a madwoman. Leah was very proud and called to her mother above, "Mom, can you see? I finally married a super handsome man." And after that greeting, the two stood looking at each other without saying anything. With a stiff atmosphere, the Duke had fainted. Suddenly Leah ran over quickly and showed the pitiful face of a young girl. "Oh dear," but this sudden contact startled the Emperor. She praised without hesitation, "You are too handsome." This completely confused him, wondering to himself, who is this woman anyway? Back to 12 hours ago, at this time the Emperor had arrived in the Harun Kingdom. At the reception hall in the palace, the Emperor quickly spoke to the main point. "Your Majesty Harun, I have come to take responsibility for the prince." As soon as the prince saw him, he stammered and blamed. "The previous incident with the golden pine tree was ordered by my father, no, by Your Majesty." Your Majesty sitting next to him was also scared, pale, and quickly stopped him. "No, you idiot!" Seeing the Emperor's extremely uncomfortable expression, the prince screamed in fear. "Oh!" Your Majesty quickly stopped him. Wait a moment." Then His Majesty started to ramble. I understand the importance of manhwa to Fritan. That is why, even in Haroon, it really was not intentional anyway. Because we made a mistake, we will offer food to apologize. What do you think? The more he listened, the more angry he became, and released killing intent. A mistake? His Majesty sweated profusely and quickly continued. And also, marriage, you need someone to marry. I happen to know a very lovely young lady. The Emperor's eyes were like a Yama demon, as expected. The prince screamed again in fear. Oh, but His Majesty quickly gave the good of that girl. She possesses a special ability. This made him curious. A special ability? His Majesty stammered and confirmed. Yes, that is right. A rare and extraordinary ability is sleeping deeply inside her. It will bring great prosperity to Fritan. The Emperor quickly refused, not interested, but the attendant following behind whispered a reminder. Just accept it, Your Majesty. You know you need a fiancé. You have spent all your time on the battlefield without an heir, and this has caused many nobles to start worrying that the royal family will no longer have descendants. The Emperor heard these words and did not know how to argue anymore. So he turned away and accepted this condition with an unhappy attitude. Stisk, cunning old man, he overheard our conversation. Then he handed everything over to the attendant. Do whatever you want. I do not care if she has a special ability or not. The attendant quickly did as he was told. Yes, Your Majesty. After seeing the Emperor leave, the prince hesitated to ask His Majesty, Father, is that true? Is she really the daughter of Duke Uzgal? His Majesty immediately warned in a stern voice, Silence. I told you to always call me Your Majesty. Suddenly, His Majesty revealed contempt. Special ability, that is, in the past. If she has passed the coming-of-age ceremony and still has no signs, it means it will never awaken. Useless thing, can't even keep a manhwa. His Majesty quickly left without forgetting to criticize the prince. Get out of my sight for a while. The prince stood on the platform, very resentfully, and obeyed. Yes, Your Majesty. After discussing the matter, the Emperor left the Haroon palace, then asked with difficulty, What, it takes a month for the bride to arrive? The attendant confirmed, Yes, actually, it may take even longer. She needs time to prepare before moving to Fritan. He was annoyed and wanted to confirm something else. So what about the planned conquest campaign? The attendant quickly gave an answer. That has to be cancelled. Suddenly, the Emperor thought and realized something. Then he controlled the horse to block the attendant. William. Do not avoid my question, William asked quickly when he saw his sudden action. I am sorry, where are you going? The Emperor asked a question. Is it really necessary to wait until the priest comes to Fritan? And so I came here directly, but when he arrived, he received too much love from Leah, which was very uncomfortable. She kept covering her mouth and praising endlessly. How can someone be so handsome? I am really going crazy. What did you eat to be so handsome? How? Seeing Leah say too much. The Emperor quickly stopped her. No, wait. But without letting him speak, she leaned in and babbled endlessly. Is this the legendary cold and arrogant type? Do I like this type? I just realized, oh no. Is this fate? The Emperor was extremely uncomfortable, and loudly stopped her. Miss, could you please? He suddenly blushed and hugged her, saying, Hey. This startled Leah to realize, oh. Then quickly stepped away and awkwardly apologized, sorry. The Emperor looked at Leah's expression, and words that did not match and could not understand. Her whole appearance was as if she was about to run away. Yet she still had the guts to flatter me. Then he patiently asked, Your name is Leah Uzgal, right? Leah affirmed, Yes, that is my name. The Emperor began to ask, You packed your bags as soon as you heard I was coming? Leah stammered an answer against her will. Oh yes, of course, Leah really did not expect. She could not believe she could lie so smoothly. He folded his arms and asked confidently, So that means you are ready to go to Fritan with me right now, right? Hearing this, Leah suddenly hesitated. Oh, well, she could not understand. What? Go right now, right this moment. Then Leah was extremely excited in her heart and showed it, of course. Is not it too obvious? With a husband like this, I would follow him even to hell. Seeing Leah's actions and words made the Emperor's hair stand on end. Oh, I understand. At this time, the Duke woke up and criticized. Leah, what shameful things are you doing? Stop talking nonsense. The carriage will arrive in 5 days. Just wait. But the Emperor immediately interrupted. No, that is not necessary. If the young lady wants to so much, it would be rude to make her wait, he said, and reached out his hand, making her startled. Ah. The Emperor reached out his hand, wanting to take Leah's hand and introduce himself properly. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Miklok Fritan, the Emperor of Fritan. I heard that you possess a special ability. Seeing that she was so eager, I feel very satisfied. We will depart at dawn. Miklok quickly kissed Leah's hand and thought, She really is a hopeless romantic. She agreed very excitedly. Yes? Making the Duke standing beside her openly uncomfortable. That night when Miklok stood by the window, he looked at his face in the mirror. Then he remembered Leah's overly exaggerated praise. Of course, is not it too obvious? With a husband like this, I would follow him even to hell. Thinking of this, he asked himself, am I really handsome, huh? He was thinking and admiring himself, when suddenly William burst open the door and shouted, Your Majesty, ah! Seeing that Miklok had smashed the mirror, he wondered, What are you doing? He quickly denied, Nothing, what is it? Then he came over and kept questioning, You are really reckless. Do you really think a noble lady of the Empire can withstand a horse ride of more than 10 days? Miklok did not understand and replied very calmly, Oh well, if she is too tired, she can faint at any time. William immediately went crazy with his inhuman thoughts. Your Majesty, what are you saying? Miklok did not care and looked back at the door he had broken. Then suddenly wondered something. Then he asked William, William, you said where is the second floor of the West Castle? He kept being interrupted by him, and was uncomfortable. You are changing the subject again. Then he started babbling again. I just said, The second floor of the West Castle is where Miss Leah Uzkal. Seeing Miklok just disappear like that made William stunned, Your Majesty. He kept running in the hallway wanting to find Leah Uzkal. Just now she said sweet words about following me to hell, but now she can't stand being by my side. As soon as Millie saw Miklok appear, her face turned pale, and she quickly stopped him, Wait, Your Majesty. When he burst open her room door, he was immediately so uncomfortable that his veins popped out. When he saw the scene of a man putting his hand on Leah's shoulder and questioning, What is going on here? Seeing Miklok appear, surprised her, Your Majesty. He was mad like a husband, catching his wife cheating, and asked, What the hell is going on here? Inside the Duke's mansion, Leah sat on the bed and shrank back, looking out. At this time, Millie came in and hesitated to call, Miss B. As soon as she saw it was Millie, Leah was happy. Oh, Millie. Millie was so worried that her eyes were tearing up. What will happen to us? She did not know either, but still came to comfort. Well, we can't do anything currently. We have no choice but to go to Freyton. Millie was upset and hugged Leah. Hick, I did not think we would be discovered so soon. Miss must have been very scared, right? She was misunderstood and was a little confused, huh? Then stammered, then remembered the sins of the past. Leah lowered her eyes and said nothing. After a while she said, Millie, I have to go to Freyton no matter what, but if you want, you can stay here. Millie was startled when she heard this. Yes, what does Miss mean? Millie cried and did not want to leave Leah. Does Miss mean that I have become useless? Leah quickly denied that. You fool. Freyton is a cold place covered with snow all year round. You are sensitive to the cold. But Millie did not care about that. I do not care. I will do better. Please take me with you. Finally, Leah had no choice but to accept, you silly goose, this warmth. Millie? Millie was about to express, Miss, if I did not have you. At that moment, her emotions were surging when Millie saw a shadow clinging to the window and called Leah, screaming in fear, Dead. Seeing Leah lying unconscious on the ground made Millie worried and scolded. You coward, how dare you touch Miss? I won't let you go. She lay on the ground with a wobbly appearance and thought to herself, No, this is my fault. At this time, Millie grabbed the table lamp and turned into a strong man rushing up to protect Leah. I will avenge Miss. She lay helplessly on the ground and reminded softly, It is my fault. At this time, a man's voice rang out to stop her. Wait, it is me. Please open the door quickly. Hearing that voice, both quickly realized in a daze, It turned out to be Robbie. He is the eldest son of Earl Stone, Robbie Stone. When I was wandering in a strange place, he was the first person to reach out and help me. Born into a duke's family but not receiving a proper education. Secretly attending classes with Robbie's help. Secretly avoiding being discovered by the family. Over time, he became a very close friend. Both quickly sat by the bed listening to Leah recount, so that is why I could not get to our meeting place. Robbie was silent after hearing this. Understanding her, she felt guilty seeing his expression. Yeah, you must have waited a long time. I am sorry, Robbie, Leah thought to herself. I will never tell anyone that I loved my husband at first sight, so I decided to leave. Suddenly, Robbie grabbed her hand, wanting her to run away again. It is okay, Leah. It is not too late now. Let us run away together. Leah was a little confused when she heard this. Run away together. She quickly reminded him, I just asked you to lend me a carriage from my store. He suddenly interrupted her. I know, but the moment I read your letter, I decided to run away with you. How can I let you go alone? Robbie said, while putting on an extremely sad face. Then he added, It is already too much that they tried to marry you off to that old emperor, but now, the Queen of Freyton. Leah, you will be frozen to death as soon as you get there. Seeing Robbie's anxious face like a silly puppy made Leah could not help but laugh. You fool, there are still people living there. Then she hugged him and comforted him. Robbie, I still have to go. Do not worry, I will write you a letter. Robbie was a little sad and did not want to leave. Leah. Then he kept begging, Leah, please, do not go. But when the two were hugging and confiding their feelings, Miklok's deep voice questioned, What is this? At this time, Leah had time to look up and was stunned. Your Majesty. His eyes were extremely resentful and questioning, What is going on? As soon as Leah saw Miklok come, she was flustered and wanted to explain, Your Majesty, let me explain everything. This is... But he did not care, and came over to squeeze Robbie's neck, making him hurt. Cough. Leah worriedly stopped him. Your Majesty, what are you doing? At this time, her face quickly turned pale. When she saw Miklock's cruel eyes looking down, those red eyes, what is called the bloodthirsty demon of war. This really excited Leah, but when she heard Robbie's voice about to run out of help, she was afraid. Robbie. Leah quickly stopped him. Your Majesty, this is Mr. Robbie Stone, the eldest son of Earl Stone of the Haroon Kingdom. Then she explained to Miklock. He is my childhood friend, because I left you hastily. He came to say goodbye. He smirked and did not believe. Ha! At this hour. She immediately explained further, the departure was just cancelled, so I invited him over, so please forgive him. Miklock still did not believe it, and a young girl asked him to climb through the window like a thief. She loudly gave a very reasonable explanation. It is dawn now. If he goes through the main door and wakes everyone up, it will be very troublesome. These words really made Miklock uncomfortable and grind his teeth. Teesk. Then he waved his hand and knocked Robbie hard to the ground, making Leah worried. Robbie. She worriedly told him repeatedly. Robbie, thank you for coming all this way, but I think you should leave now. Robbie turned pale, and was still very worried about Leah, huh? But, cough. She quickly pushed him away. Hurry up. Robbie still refused. No, But in the end, he clenched his teeth and looked at Miklock with resentful eyes, making him so angry that he wanted to rush over and wring Robbie's neck again. But Leah quickly cut in with flowery flattery. I will live happily with my handsome husband. Take care, Robbie. In the end, Robbie had to accept with a gloomy mood. Okay, Leah, if that is what you want. Hearing these words made Miklock excitedly turn away. Before leaving, he did not forget to say, write me a letter, Leah, goodbye. She also sweated and said goodbye. Yeah, take care, Robbie. Miklock in the back looked at Robbie with murderous intent. When he saw that the obstacle had left, he quickly approached, then asked with an unbelieving expression. You are telling me that you were just saying goodbye to your childhood friend. Leah, under this oppression, could only smile and admit. Of course, at this hour, that is the only reason for me to meet a friend. But when Miklock remembered Robbie's lingering face at that time, he did not believe it. It seems a bit too much pickleball. He did not have any standing with her, yet he showed a jealous expression, so, anyone is okay as long as they are handsome. Leah sweated and was confused, yes. Miklock finished speaking and turned away. Nothing. In the end, Miklock spoke up and requested, anyway, even if it is your childhood friend, you should keep your distance from other men. You are now the queen of Freetown in everyone's eyes. Leah was confused. What do you mean by keeping my distance? He suddenly blushed and cleared his throat. Ahem. Then he gave the level of contact, physical touch, like just now. Like that hug just now. She looked up, revealing a confused face. A hug, Miklock nodded in affirmation. Leah was now flustered and wondered, so, if I can't do that with other men, does it mean I can hug you? She asked with a very righteous face. Miklock turned away and said a long string of words. As long as it is not with other men, the rest does not matter. I was going to go back and kill him again, but maybe I wanted to avoid trouble. Leah was confused. Kill him. Seeing her look dazed like this, Miklock asked a question. Are you not aware of the reason why you are marrying me? Then he began to recount. 2 months ago, the Prince of Haroon was arrested for illegally trying to cut down the national treasure of Freetown, the golden pine tree. Leah was startled when she knew the reason why she was being married off, Then Miklock continued. We waited for them to compensate for 2 months, but did not receive a response, so I came to settle things directly, but only for the Emperor to offer a marriage proposal with you as a response. Leah now understood everything. Oh, should I think I am lucky? At least I escaped that weird old man. Then she could only tilt her head and utter, oh, I understand. Miklock on the side also replied, that is right. At this time, he looked over, noticing the place where Leah lived, but is not she the second child of the Duke Uzkal family, the daughter of a duke? But she lives in a room that is not even as good as a servant. If she has to live in a place like this. Miklock suddenly said incomprehensibly, the early morning air is quite nice. No need to wait until the sun rises. Making Leah not understand anything, yes. Then he began to continue. If you have nothing else to do now. Then he made a proposal. Why do not you run away with me? Receiving a request from someone with an extremely handsome face made Leah surprised. Run away, together. Miklock blushed and admitted, yeah, because we have packed our bags, we can go. Right now, before he could even receive agreement from Leah, William burst open the door to stop him. You can't. He kept rambling and scolding. Your Majesty, so this is where you came. The sun will rise soon. Please wait until morning and go with the knights. Why are you in such a hurry to leave now? Everyone is tired and we still have to. He was very uncomfortable listening to these things. So he grabbed Leah's hand and pulled her away, making her stammer, Your Majesty. Then both jumped from the window, making Leah scream in fear. Ah! Millie also worried for her life. Miss Miklock had now landed safely with a suggestion. Come with us if you can, and explain properly to Duke Uzkal. Leah stopped him. Wait. But it seemed like he had run out of patience. Can't wait any longer. I am leaving. Millie quickly ran over with a pale face. Millie quickly looked down to confirm the situation. She saw Miklock hugging Leah on horseback and running away. Millie suddenly called William. Hey! He turned around when called. Yes, yes. Millie requested. You need to help me. At this time, William was arguing with Millie. Hey, at this time, they are only getting further and further away. Open up and hurry up. But Millie kept stopping him. How many times do I have to say it? If you take me with you, I will immediately prepare for your horse. He was annoyed and hopeless. Say something more reasonable. Then, William quickly said, I am the Emperor's closest bodyguard. Instead of wasting time arguing, I should... But Millie did not care. That is why. Take me with you. I do not care if you treat me like luggage. Millie's eyes seemed to have moved him. Then he closed his eyes tightly and made a choice. In the end, he had to accept and request. I plan to go as fast as possible. A maid like you won't be able to keep up. I will call you a carriage, so go by. But Millie at this time took a rope out of her pocket. Then with bright eyes she wanted to confirm, as long as I do not fall, right? Seeing this made William feel like he was drained of all his energy. Ha! In the end, he had to agree and request. Get a horse. Millie happily accepted. Yes, your majesty. Then the two got on the horse together. Before leaving, William did not forget to inform the Duke and Duchess about the situation. The Emperor has left with the young lady. I will catch up and support soon, so do not worry too much. The Duchess accepted when she heard this. Oh, I understand. Seeing those two nonchalantly not worried about Leah made him not understand what kind of reaction is that. Then William started riding the horse. Hey-ya! The impact with rapid speed made Millie a little shaky because she was not ready. Wait. Then Millie worriedly hugged him tightly and screamed, This active hug made William's face red, because he was hugged by a girl. But when Millie complained, wait a moment, I have not even tied the rope properly yet. It quickly frustrated him. Really? I can't even go at full speed. On Leah's side, she was constantly complaining and blaming, oh my god. She felt uncomfortable in her body. After sitting on the horse for a long distance, I feel like I am going to throw up. My back hurts too. How many hours have we been going? Oh my god, I feel hungry. The two have now been going for 20 hours non-stop. Seeing Leah's frustrated face made Miklock sad. Do not tell me you are so worried about that little mouse. She quickly acted confused. Which mouse? After a while, Leah quickly understood. Oh, he is talking about Robbie. I am just too tired. She immediately denied. No, it is just that my body is aching all over. At this time, Leah remembered Millie. Am I Millie? She is my only maid. We were supposed to come to Freighton together. When mentioning Millie, Leah could not help but smile happily. She is a warm child, even when she can't stand the cold. She still said that she would come with me. Since we were young, she has helped me without a word of complaint, but now I left her without saying anything, and I am very worried about her. Miklock, after hearing these words, was a little curious. Are not you worried about yourself? Leah asked, confused. Me, worried? In the end, he had to let Millie follow Leah to Freighton. Forget it. I will send a carriage. You can bring your maid with you. She jumped up excitedly when she heard this. Really, the horse suddenly swayed at this time. So Miklock immediately hugged Leah to protect her. Be careful. When she realized that the contact between the two was too close, Leah spoke up, Your Majesty. Finally, a hungry stomach sound rang out, making Miklock embarrassed to realize, and decided, let us rest for a while. Both quickly lit a campfire at an empty lot. When she tried a bite of what Miklock cooked, Leah was really surprised. Oh! She was imagining the scene where she would praise the food that Miklock cooked. It is really delicious. Are you also very good at housework, Your Majesty? Then he would shyly accept the compliment. You are making me embarrassed. But in reality, the food was so bad that Leah had to vomit it all out. But still had to praise, this thing is really very delicious. Miklock on the side also understood how good his cooking skills were, so he advised, you do not have to force yourself to eat it. In the end, both ate in embarrassment. Leah suddenly worriedly cared about Miklock. Your Majesty, are you okay? He did not understand. What do you mean? Leah began to explain her previous question. I know that the Emperor proposed this, but I know you do not want this marriage either. Miklock was silent when he heard this. So she continued, of course, even if you do not want to, there is nothing more I can do. But he did not care about that, and asked Leah's feelings. What about you? Are you okay with marrying me? When she heard this, Leah could not hide her shy satisfaction. Is not it obvious? Her expression and words at this time made Miklock's heart flutter. Leah was constantly exclaiming in her heart, of course I am very happy about it. I mean, look at him. He is too handsome, so I forgot how to speak for a few seconds. Suddenly he jumped up. Then hurried away. I am going to take a bath. Seeing Miklock leave too quickly, startled. Leah, so urgent. But even after 1 hour, he still had not returned, making Leah sit alone, lonely and bored. When will he come back? Looking at the food in the pot made her want to vomit. I just want to get through this quickly. I can't stand it anymore. If I have to stay here any longer, I will suffocate. I should leave. While walking, Leah heard the rustling sound of the river. Huh, there is the sound of water. There must be a river nearby. I will take a quick bath. But at this time she discovered, under this river, Miklok was bathing naked, causing Leah to observe from afar, inevitably arousing her extreme infatuation with men, but she quickly reassured herself, no, Leah, calm down. Peeping is a crime. But when Leah saw something liquid stuck in Miklok's hand, she was surprised, Then she wondered and came closer, wanting to observe, what is in his palm? Miklok heard footsteps and immediately looked back vigilantly, then launched a hidden weapon past Leah's face. He asked gloomily, who is there? She worried. Dead. I am done for. At this time, Leah stepped out crying and apologized. Sorry. As soon as Miklok saw her, he quickly froze. She resentfully explained, no, I did not intend to follow you. I just brought the soup because it is too terrible. Oh no, because it is cold, so I was going to throw it away. I heard the sound of water, so I followed. And then ended up here. Seeing Leah like this, he did not care anymore. Forget it. Then he requested, can you step aside? Leah only said, oh, when she heard this. When they returned to the campsite, both sat down without daring to look at each other. Leah worriedly stammered, Your Majesty. Then wanted to ask her question. There is one thing I want to ask you. How did you get that scar on your hand? Suddenly asked. Miklok was startled. He looked at the scar on his hand at this time, then quickly explained, when I was born and inherited the throne, remembering the scene of his mother passing away, and he could only resignedly call Mom. No, Mom. Miklok was silent for a moment. Then he gave an explanation. It is the royal family's curse. Leah was dazed. A curse? He affirmed and then said, yes, a curse. Its official name is the breath of the dragon. In the Fritian royal family, every time an heir is born, they will carry a mysterious scar on the palm or face. No one knows the reason, so we can only call it a curse, because there is no other explanation. After hearing this, Leah wondered, is there a way to remove it? Miklok was silent for a moment, then admitted, there is. She was a little happy when she heard this. That is great. What is that method? Miklok quickly said, have an heir. It does not guarantee it will disappear completely. But if you marry and have an heir, the chances of the scar disappearing are higher. That is what happened to my father. Leah finally understood. Oh, so that is the reason. That is the reason why your Majesty accepted me as part of the agreement. Seeing her sad face made Miklok dazed and wanted to say no. Not exactly, but during the important moment the sound of a horse galloping came. William and Millie quickly saw the two. He kept scolding. Miklok, William, your Majesty's loyal servant is here. I immediately followed you. Millie also squeezed in from behind. And Millie, the young lady's loyal maid too. As soon as he saw Millie appear, Leah happily ran over Millie, and Miklok could not explain this, so he was very helpless. He turned pale and was extremely uncomfortable. I wish you had let me finish. It is all because the nobles kept urging me about marriage. William at this time ran over and called, Your Majesty. Miklok realized, confused. Wait, why do I feel like I am the one at a loss here, but theoretically she is also part of the agreement? He came to hug Miklok and cried, Your Majesty, if you just leave like that, what will William do? Bringing the young lady's maid along takes a lot of effort. She can't even ride a horse properly. She keeps swaying all the way. Leah on this side jumped up when she saw Millie. Millie, how did you get here? Millie quickly explained, I kept pestering Mr. William until he agreed to let me follow. He looked very scary when he kept refusing. She could not help but laugh when she heard this. Making Miklok on this side frustrated, William saw that he was not listening to his rambling and called, Your Majesty, are you listening? But when he looked over with resentful eyes, it scared him, and he stepped back. At this time, the three were still talking, while Miklok was sleeping in a tree. Leah at this time wondered, so the other knights will camp further away. Why do not everyone camp together? William quickly explained, with the young lady here, how can we camp nearby? Even if we are far away, we will still guard strictly, so please do not worry and rest comfortably, she replied when she heard this. I understand. He was really a little surprised at this time. She really is a different noble lady. Daring to suggest sleeping with the knights, Leah at this time explained. Anyway, this is my first time in Fritian, so I should expect something good about it, right? Millie at this time also added, that is, right? Oh, so that means they have that too. William remembered that from the beginning, she clearly was not used to going out with the guards. At that time, Leah pointed to the knights and wondered, where are they going? Are they going straight to the castle? He also said very patiently, yes, no, they will be stationed elsewhere to ensure security. He looked back at this time. Now that he thinks about it, her outfit does not seem like a noble lady's outfit. He was thinking when Leah called, you, William? She called again, you, William? William quickly replied, oh yes. Then he asked her question. That golden pine tree, what does it look like anyway? I know it is considered the national treasure of Frieden, but I can't find any books that describe its shape. William was a little embarrassed when he heard this. Oh, you mean the golden pine tree? The golden pine tree, simply put, is a type of pine tree with a bright yellow color that only grows in the kingdom of Frieden. Its value is beyond imagination. The spectacular scenery of the Golden Pine Hills, dyed in a bright yellow color, is truly indescribable. However, if you do not belong to a noble family of Friton, you won't be able to get close to them. The more Leah heard, the more interested she became. Oh my. William continued to say, actually, the true value of the golden pine tree is related to dragons. Both heard this and could not help but say in unison, dragons? Miklok above saw that he was revealing too much, so he reminded William. Seeing that he would not let him reveal it made him wonder, why, anyway, the young lady is about to become a part of Friton. In the end, Miklok had to helplessly let William decide. Just do what you want. At this time, he suddenly asked a question. Do you know any weapon that can pierce a dragon? Leah quickly remembered. Could it be? Before she could finish speaking, he quickly affirmed, that is right. A weapon made from the golden pine tree is the only thing that can pierce a dragon? Because many people have tried to seize it, the hunts and battles have never stopped. That is why His Majesty has the nickname, the bloodthirsty demon of war. Leah finally understood everything. Oh, Miklok up here could only silently listen. Suddenly she exclaimed, but even so, it is unbelievable. A weapon that can pierce a dragon. I really want to see the Golden Pine Hills once. After all, I am Leah Friton now, Leah said while smiling brightly, making Miklok mesmerized. Then William changed the topic. Speaking of battles, I should tell you about this. When we arrive in the kingdom, the wedding will be held as soon as possible. Leah was surprised when she heard this. He on the tree quickly turned away. At this time, William shyly said, His Majesty is originally an impatient person, but we also need to confirm some things with the Maon tribe. Oh, she wondered, the Maon tribe. He quickly gave Leah knowledge. The Maon tribe is a group of people who often attack villages near the border every summer. The situation is escalating, so in the end, His Majesty personally confronted them. As a result, the Maon tribe agreed to end the looting and instead began to craft golden pine trees in exchange for a corresponding fee. He recognized their efforts and granted them control over the Facade, golden pine tree production areas. However, there are suspicions that the illegal metal mining activities of the Harun Empire are related to the Maon tribe. There have also been reports of alarming incidents, so we need to investigate. She was worried after hearing this. Oh no. Then Leah smiled and clenched her fist. Then she quickly made a decision. There is no other way. I do not mind holding the wedding sooner. Millie on the side was surprised when she heard this shocking information. What? William was excited. Are you sure? Thank you for understanding us. Millie was heartbroken and wanted to stop her, miss. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime wedding. There are so many things to prepare. How can it be so hasty? Leah could only give a forced smile. Well, at least I do not have to marry an old emperor. I will marry a handsome guy, just like my mother wanted. Everything will be fine. That is right. It will definitely be fine, Millie cried and begged. Miss, do not push me so fast. Miklok on the tree heard everything. Then he remembered when Leah was attacked with a hidden weapon. He was a little curious. Does not she have a scar? Leah decided at this time. All right, good luck. Let us start a new life in Friton now. Millie was still trying to beg Mr. William, I still have at least 1 month to prepare. He could only stammer before this problem. Oh, well. But as soon as she arrived in Friton, Leah was startled when everyone was busy preparing for the wedding. Wait, the maids kept asking, where's the rose water? Bring it out here quickly. The jewelry must have bright colors. She really could not have imagined. It seems like everything is happening too fast. At this time, everyone had arrived in Friton. We are here. Welcome to Friton Castle. Leah poked her head out and could not help but exclaim, oh my. She looked at William and kept exclaiming, it is amazing. It seems like winter has started in Friton. He quickly said, impossible. Now is actually the warmest time of the year. Leah quickly understood. When she heard this, oh, I understand. Miklok in the back could not say anything when he heard this conversation. Then he rode his horse forward and entrusted it to William. So I will leave it to you, William, he replied when he heard this. Oh yes, your majesty. Leah then looked at Miklok's back. A moment later, when she arrived, William helped her down and did not forget to thank him. William helped Leah and smiled to say, the ceremony will take place in 2 hours. The maids will help you prepare, so please follow me. She was confused. Are you talking about the welcome ceremony? He teased with a smile at this time. Haha, no, of course. I mean your wedding, her own wedding happened too quickly, making her dazed. What? Then Leah could not help but shout. We just arrived after a week of travel. I'm not ready to get married now, William quickly said, thanks to the young lady's understanding and generosity. Luckily, the wedding can still take place on time. She was startled at this time. What? Wait a minute. At that time, William said, now that the conquest has been mentioned, once we arrive in the kingdom, we plan to hold the wedding as soon as possible. She was definitely ready at that time. There is no other way. I do not mind holding the wedding sooner. Millie on the side was startled. What? He was very grateful when he heard this. Are you sure? Thank you for understanding us, and currently I did not think it would be so fast. Leah worriedly asked. So, what about the wedding dress? There is no time left, William at this time said. The dress that the former queen wore will be altered for you, he said and quickly called, Sophie, Adele. Immediately 2 maids appeared and greeted, Nice to meet you, Your Highness. We will be in charge of preparing for you. I am Sophie. I am Adele. We look forward to serving you. Leah is still very panicked and has not had time to adapt. Oh, no, And so I was dragged away like that. The maids are currently very busy preparing for Leah. Where's the makeup powder? Amethyst is prettier. I am serious. The maid at this time requested, please look in the mirror. Leah also looked up in frustration. Then she was surprised by her own beauty. Sophie at this time kept praising, your hair is very beautiful and the color is also very special. Leah looked at herself and was really moved. It really does look beautiful. Adele at this time came in and said, the alteration of the former queen's wedding dress has also been completed. Seeing that everything was happening so urgently, Leah had to sigh and accept, well, if I have to do it anyway, maybe doing it quickly will be better. Then switch the scene to the wedding hall. Miklock at this time looked down. Then he was really surprised. When Leah walked in, Leah looked extremely beautiful and radiant. When she looked up, quickly saw Miklock. Seeing him so incredibly handsome, made Leah cry, oh my god, is that handsome man over there my husband? Miklock was thinking about something at this moment, then proactively reached his hand out towards Leah, causing her to startle in surprise. Afterwards, Leah also placed her hand on his. Seeing the two hands clasped together, the witnesses immediately went wild. Wow, WOA. At this moment, both of them held hands and walked side by side into the wedding hall. Leah quickly noticed Millie crying below. Seeing Millie like this, made Leah unable to stop herself from laughing. Miklock also noticed her action. Then he blushed and turned away. The priest cleared his throat and said, well then, next. He requested, now the bride and groom will exchange a kiss. Suddenly being asked to kiss like this made Leah panic. She startled and wanted to stop it. Wait, just a moment, a kiss. While she was feeling shy, Miklock spoke. Leah Fritten. Do I have the honor of kissing you? At this moment he was the epitome of a classy gentleman. Leah quickly hesitated at this request. When such a handsome person says that, how can I refuse? Then she quickly took the initiative to step forward. Immediately, cheers erupted from below. Oh my. Seeing the two people kissing so passionately, the priest announced, now, the two of you are officially husband and wife. And back in the present, Leah is sitting in the honeymoon suite. She is really uncomfortable with the wedding dress she is wearing. This wedding dress, it is too suffocating. However, Leah still has to accept it. However, according to tradition, the husband will undress the bride on their wedding night. Suddenly, a certain feeling arose in her heart. Wedding night. Just remembering the kiss on the wedding hall. Leah quickly brushed it off. Ha ha ha. But still started to have lewd thoughts. Really, of course, because it is the wedding night, we will. And then, but while she was daydreaming, Millie burst open the door and shouted, Milady, oh no, Your Highness. Millie ran over to remind her. This is not the time to be thinking about this. Seeing Millie appear at this moment made Leah confused. Millie, what do you mean? Millie quickly said, oh, well, Miklock, he is about to leave for war now. Leah startled and jumped up when she heard this news. Wait, what? Not even having a wedding night yet? Millie also understood this and cried her eyes out. Yes, he is already prepared to depart. It is said that this expedition will last at least 4 months. If this news gets to Harun, that is right, in Harun, a bride who does not complete the wedding ceremony on her wedding night will be severely despised. The nobles will constantly mock. That lady has been abandoned by her husband. Oh my god, does not she have a problem? Leah made up her mind, I can't let that happen. Then she ran off. Millie, I will take care of this myself. Millie ran after her. Where are you going? Seeing her run out of the honeymoon suite, the maid also blankly called out, Your Highness. Leah was determined to run off. If this rumor spread to Marquess Uzkal, it would be a great humiliation. You think I will stand by and watch that happen? Never. After running for a while, she finally saw Miklock. Found him. At this moment, he was making plans. Well then, we will carry out this plan. But while preparing, William shouted in a panic, Your Highness. Miklock also looked back in confusion. Leah quickly opened her mouth to call out, Your Majesty. After saying that, Leah quickly jumped into Miklock's arms, making the other knights embarrassed and clear their throats. Ahem. Looking at his surprised face, Leah made a declaration, you and I, we will complete the wedding night before you leave. This words really made him embarrassed. Then, looking over, the knights immediately looked away. Oops. Miklock suddenly sighed. Then put Leah down on the ground. Then honestly asked, you really want to consummate our marriage? As soon as she heard this, Leah could not help but shout, Who would want to, oh my god, realizing she was standing in front of many people. She shyly said, quieter. Who would really want to experience a wedding night? I still have a conscience. Miklock was astonished by this statement. He blurted out in surprise, What? Then Leah whispered again, I am not the kind of person to make such an unreasonable request to a husband about to go to war. Miklok suddenly blushed embarrassedly. Not that I have any objections, but what exactly do you want from me? Currently the clock has struck 7 of the clock. Leah was sitting on a chair full of embarrassment at this moment. Then Miklok's voice rang out from outside. I will eat first, so prepare a meal in the living room. The maid quickly obeyed. Yes, I will prepare it immediately. He quickly ordered. Tell William that the departure will be postponed by 3 hours. The knight very quickly obeyed. Yes, understood. Finally, Miklok entered the honeymoon suite. Leah shyly explained. The maids are preparing the room. Anyway, thank you, 1 hour is enough, but 3 hours... Miklok was really confused. Then why did you suggest a wedding night that you do not even want? She was startled by the question. Well, finally, she explained. In the Haroon Empire, a bride who does not complete the wedding night ceremony will be treated very badly. If this gets to the Marquess' ears, Miklok remembered, now that you mention it, Marquess Uzkal. But are not you the second daughter of that family, the daughter of a Marquess? Yet you live in a room that is not even as good as a maid's room. Then he spoke his doubts. I am really curious why someone like you, a noble lady of the Marquess' house, is in such a dark room. What, are you being abused? If so, tell me. Now, you are Leah Frittan. Leah hesitated at this moment, then stood up and said continuously, Abuse? That is not happening. Anyway, thank you for not having a wedding night, so please take this opportunity to rest well for these 3 hours. Miklok did not know what else to say. Then he reminded, I already said, I do not really care. This words made her confused. What? Miklok did not want to repeat himself. Forget it. At this moment, Leah came up with something again and asked him, oh, wait a moment, can you give me that outer jacket? Then did not forget to ask for more, by the way. Also the vest, shoes, and socks too, okay? After a while, the room quickly became messy, making Miklok panic. Now, he questioned Leah, what are you doing? Being asked like that, she stammered to explain. Well, when the maids come to clean the room, there must be traces for them to believe it. Miklok did not know what else to say, and hugged himself sitting in a corner. At this moment, Leah started another trick. Oh, then could not help but praise. Good idea. Miklok was really confused. What are you talking about? He looked at the wine on the table. Wine. Why do you want to do that? Leah did not hesitate to explain further. If I pour this on the bed too, then the maids will definitely completely believe it. He was really speechless at this moment. Suddenly, he approached Leah from behind. Then spoke, I understand what you were trying to do. But in Freyten, there is no such shameful custom, so there is no need to do that. Finally, she shyly realized this. Oh. Leah hurriedly apologized. I am sorry. Miklok did not blame her, but just sighed once and suggested, do you want to drink a little? Finally, after a while passed, Leah drank a glass of wine to the bottom in satisfaction. She drank while praising non-stop. This is really delicious. It would be a waste to pour it all out. This word surprised Miklok, so you were originally going to pour it all out. After drinking for a while, she also put the glass down, deciding not to drink anymore. But maybe I won't drink anymore, he wondered. Are you drunk? Leah happily replied brightly, partly, but mainly because the corset is too tight so I can't eat and drink comfortably. Hearing that, he remembered, oh. Then spoke his doubts. Then why do not you take it off? Did not you say that we need to leave traces of the wedding night? Suddenly, receiving such a sudden proposal, made Leah panic. What? But Miklok did not have any bad intentions, it is just that she had messed up the bed, but if the bride is still wearing the wedding dress, who would believe it? Leah blankly said, oh. Then glanced to the side. Finally, she accepted after tucking her hair. Then can you help me? Miklok was drinking wine behind her, a little confused. Leah explained at this moment. I can't take off this dress myself. Her words quickly defeated Miklok's steady mind, causing wine to spill all over his face. Miklok kept coughing non-stop, making Leah really worried. Your Majesty, are you okay? He did not answer, but blushed embarrassedly. Then calmly replied, I am okay, then approached to take off Leah's dress. But after a long period of time still could not take off the dress, making her sweat profusely. Your Majesty. Miklok was also trying his best to take off the dress. Wait a moment, I am almost done. She did not forget to remind him. You have been saying that for 10 minutes. Miklok was very annoyed at the moment. Damn it. Under the ribbon there is another row of buttons. I swear from now on, no royal wedding in Freyten will reuse this dress again. Thinking about this, he tore the dress straight away, causing the space to suddenly become silent. Seeing this scene made Miklok startled and jump. Leah did not understand what happened and turned back to ask, Your Majesty, what was that sound just now? He panicked and hurriedly stopped Leah from looking back. Wait, I have not finished yet. In a panic, she was pushed down, lying under him without knowing when. Leah spoke, Your Majesty. Then she sat up, smiling a little awkwardly. Your Majesty, let me take care of the rest, so please step aside. For some reason he called out Mick, making Leah confused. What? Miklok repeated. Call me Mick. Do not call me your majesty anymore. Leah quickly obeyed and called out with a question, Mick? Also in that atmosphere, Miklock moved closer, wanting to kiss Leah. But she showed a pale and ugly expression. Leah turned her face away and said, Your Majesty, I am really not feeling well. Finally, Miklock stood up sighing and forgave her. He requested, Go out and get some fresh air. Leah was confused when she heard the request, At this time, the two of them went to see the scenery together. As soon as she arrived, Leah could not help but exclaim, WOA. She ran around the forest excitedly and asked, Your Majesty, look at this hill, so this is the Golden Pine Hill. Suddenly Miklock cleared his throat, ahem, making Leah flustered. Then he quickly approached again, pressing his face close to hers, making her confused. Mick, hearing Leah call his name correctly, made Miklock happy. That is right. Then he cared about Leah's health. Do you feel better? She replied. Oh yes, thanks to you. At this moment, Leah said, Although the road up here by horse is a bit bumpy, Miklock felt a little self-blame. After the conversation, the two of them were immersed in the dreamy atmosphere of the forest. Making Leah really like this forest, now I really feel it. That I have become Leah Fritan, she said with a bright smile, making Miklock's heart flutter. Oh well. Finally, he wanted to resolve the misunderstanding, when William interrupted, It is part of the agreement, but I did not bring you here just to bear an heir. Leah was a little surprised when she heard Miklock say this. What? He suddenly affirmed, I respect you. That means I am not as heartless as the rumors say. Miklock revealed an embarrassed expression, making Leah could not help but waver at this face. Suddenly, she could not help but laugh. PFFT. Leah also wanted to resolve the misunderstanding, so she told Miklock, I never thought you were that kind of person, Mick. But anyway, you still need an heir, right? And you have to break the dragon's breath curse. Suddenly, his eyes became gentle, then squeezed her hand tightly and said, Even if I do not break it, it does not matter. Leah hesitated, wanting to say, but Miklock did not let her finish, and requested, First let us sit down, okay? After the two of them sat down, he started to confide, I need to tell you something about this curse. The two of them sat under the tree leaning on each other. Then Miklock honestly told about his family. My mother sacrificed herself to protect my father. This made her surprised and startled. My mother's father, in other words my grandfather, the former king Samal, wanted to take over Fritan, so he ordered my mother to poison my father. But my mother could not do that, and instead she drank the poison herself. Leah could not understand why. Miklock quickly gave the answer. Because she loved my father. Finally, Mother, seeing his mother like that, made Miklock panic and call out, Mother. He ran over and hugged her continuously, asking, Mother, why? Why? That is the medicine that grandfather gave father, right before she passed away. His mother quickly instructed, Mick, do not ever tell your father that Samal tried to poison him. If he knows, then he will execute Samal for treason. Cough, cough, cough. Miklock could not understand at that time. Why? Why grandfather no? Why can't father understand mother's heart? She looked up with tired eyes and said, Mick, love. After saying that, she quickly passed away, making him heartbroken at that time. Mother. Miklock begged in vain. Please open your eyes, okay, Mother? Mother promised to tell me a story before I go to sleep. Mother, wake up, Mother. And finally I resented my father. The curse has been broken, and I am still alive, all thanks to my mother, yet the only thing he always mentions is that I have to find a woman to bear an heir. He does not even understand the heart of the woman who died for him. So I killed Samal first. Then, I threw his head right in front of my father's feet. At that time, Miklock gritted his teeth, wanting to let his father know the truth. This is the one who tried to kill you. You are alive thanks to Mother, so be grateful and live properly. At that time, I was blinded by anger, so I did not see my father's expression. Not long after that, my father's condition worsened, and I inherited the throne. I do not want to become like my father, so if I do not want to break this curse, then so be it. Leah could not help but hug Miklock after hearing the story. Making him confused and ask, What is wrong? What are you doing? Leah suddenly interrupted him. Hey, Mick. She could not help but praise. Your mother gave birth to someone as handsome as you. She must be very beautiful. Let us visit her one day. I have not had a chance to express my respect yet. These words really moved Miklock, making Miklock could not help but smile to himself, praising, She really is obsessed with beauty. At least she is consistent. Suddenly hearing him say something out of the blue like this made Leah confused. What do you mean? Then Leah asked Miklock about the horse that brought her to the Golden Pine. Mick, what is this horse's name? He was annoyed and could not understand. It is just a horse. Why name it? Hearing that, Leah quickly analyzed 1,001 sentences in her head. A black horse, strong, but looks lonely, black, shadow, a lonely shadow, the lonely shadow. Sounds good. So shorten it to... After thinking for a while, she decided on the name for the horse. Okay, from now on, your name will be... Miklock could not help but cough continuously. Cough, cough. The horse was also helpless when he heard the name she gave him. Shit. Then finally, Leah said the name of the horse, its name will be Bloodstorm. Back to Millie's side, she was sitting waiting for Leah to come back when suddenly she was called. Hey. William came over and asked, Has your Majesty gone out? Millie helplessly said, he probably won't be able to leave today, because it is the wedding night, he finally realized. Then William remembered something. Then he told her, if the Queen comes to see him off later, then prepare a towel for her. Millie stood up confused. Huh? Why a towel? He quickly said, in Freetown, there is a tradition that women will tie a towel to the knight's sword before they depart. Some people use towels from their mother or sister, but nothing can reinforce the determination to survive and return more than a towel from a lover or wife. Millie heard that and looked at her scarf. Then approached to ask, so did you receive a towel? William was embarrassed by the sudden teasing. What? He was silent for a while, then looked away, refusing. I am a perfect knight, so I do not need it. Hearing this, she quickly exposed him. So that means your Majesty is not a perfect knight. Before Millie could finish speaking, William interrupted in fear. What? No, I did not mean that. He angrily wanted to rush in. I must go today. Get out of the way. Millie hurriedly stopped him. But you have not. But it was too late when William kept knocking on the door, calling out loudly. Your Majesty, it is William. Can I come in? Millie wanted to stop his over-the-top actions. But suddenly the two quickly stopped with confusion. William wanted to call again, your Buddha. But a voice rang out from inside. Come in, making him stop. William quickly opened the door and went in. Excuse me. The room inside was extremely messy. Miklock was sitting by the bed, stroking Leah's hair while she was sleeping. Then he quickly looked over with a warning look. William cleared his throat to remind him, Ahem, it is almost time to depart. Millie's eyes lit up immediately at this sight. Then Miklock replied, I know. I will leave right now. When he left, she was startled and realized, oh. Millie touched her scarf and thought, he is gone. She quickly went over to wake Leah. Your Highness, she was still fast asleep, not hearing anything. Millie could not help but grab Leah and shake her strongly. Your Highness, this is not the time to be lying here. His Majesty is about to leave. She had just woken up and was still blank. When did I fall asleep? At this moment, she quickly reminded her. In Britain, there is a tradition of giving a scarf to the knight before they depart, so you must go and see His Majesty off. Leah was still rubbing her eyes, not fully awake. A scarf. Her eyes were still dazed and not awake. Then she requested, prepare a purple one for me. Millie was a little surprised when she heard that. Ah, a purple scarf. Leah happily could not help but smile brightly. That is right. I will tie it on him myself. At this moment, the sun had begun to rise. Miklock went over and called out, Ah, William! William turned back when he was called, Yes, Your Majesty. He then said, Before the wedding, I ordered the manna stones to be taken from the royal warehouse. Number 3. He was stunned when he heard that. What? Earlier, Leah had just arrived and exclaimed, It is amazing. It seems like winter has started in Freetown, but William said at that time, That is impossible, in fact. This is the warmest time of the year. Hearing this made her feel down. Ah, I understand. And Miklock had noticed at that time. So he went ahead and handed it over to William. Well then, I will leave it to you, William. Ah, yes, Your Majesty. When he remembered everything, he smiled and wondered. Ah, that is right, back then, but why the manna stones? Miklock lowered his head and hummed at this moment. Then he coldly ordered, Make sure that the East Palace, where the honeymoon suite is, and the South Palace, where the Queen lives, are filled with manna stones. These words made William stunned and exclaimed, Are you crazy? Although he had exceeded the number that could be given, he still felt that it was not enough. Is there not enough manna stone in warehouse number 3? If so, then maybe warehouse number 4. No, maybe it is better if you stay and manage the palace. The conquest can be handed over to the other knights. William loudly objected, Your Majesty, the amount of manna stone from warehouse number 3 is enough to heat the entire Freetown castle. Why are you using so much royal property just for this? At this moment, Miklock immediately ordered, That is right, I really think you should stay here. Hearing these words made his mood quickly drop. I will be back soon. When he was preparing to depart, Leah's voice rang out, Your Majesty. She quickly ran over, to the point of sweating profusely. Making Miklock really worried, Why did you come out here instead of resting? Leah quickly breathed out, Huff, huff, well. He was about to say, You do not have to see me off, but when Leah handed over the scarf she had prepared, Miklock stopped. Her eyes firmly suggested, Take this. You said it was 4 months, right? Of course I believe that you will return safely, but keep it with you for the next 4 months, and let it remind you of tonight. Miklock shyly accepted it. All right, I will keep it. The other knight started teasing at this moment. Oh my, whistle. At this moment, Leah was looking around to find William's figure. While she was looking for him, Leah happily said, "I will tie it on your sword." After the cloth was tied on the sword, it was also the moment when Miklok departed. Before leaving, he did not forget to leave the words, "Well then, I will be back soon, Leah." She also hoped that he could return safely. "Yes, please return safely." After waving goodbye to Miklok, Leah turned to cry with Millie. "Millie, what should I do?" Seeing her expression was too fierce, made her startle. "Your Highness." Leah was really heartbroken at this moment that Miklok had to leave for 4 months. 4 months. A whole 4 months. Oh, I have fallen in love with that face. How can I live? I am so scared. Millie could not help but feel helpless after hearing these words. Ahaha, what should I do? While feeling depressed, Leah immediately realized, wait a moment. Millie, are not you wearing a scarf? Being asked just like this made her jump. Then quickly ran into the palace. Ouch! It is too cold. Let us go inside quickly, Your Highness. Leah did not let go and kept asking, "Wait, Millie, who did you give it to?" Millie still insisted on not letting her know. It is too cold, I will go in first. Back to the Marquis mansion. Haley sat dazedly on the ground after reading the letter on the table. She looked back at this moment, then squeezed the letter and screamed. Then the surroundings quickly became a mess. Looking at the letter torn to pieces on the ground made Haley unable to understand. Why? In all of you, why me? Why do I have to be the one to marry the Emperor? She painfully cried her eyes out. At this moment, the teacup on the table was knocked to the ground by someone, making Haley confused. What do you mean? She still insisted on not accepting this. The 12th concubine of the old Emperor, that position should have belonged to Leah. The Marquis crossed his arms and interrupted. Lower your voice, Haley. His eyes narrowed extremely uncomfortably. At that time, the Marquess had met His Majesty and said, Your Majesty, I have come to receive the 80,000 gold coins that you promised to give if we bring Leah to you. His Majesty quickly remembered. I remember now, that is right. But at this moment, he immediately went back on his word. But has not Miss Leah become the Queen of Freeton? These words made the Marquis freeze. He wanted to argue at this moment, Your Majesty, Leah's marriage partner was changed due to an agreement between the palace and Freeton. His Majesty still did not listen. Oh, how can I soothe my regret for not being able to have my beautiful queen? The Marquis confusedly asked back. What do you mean at this moment? He curled his lips meaningfully. Isn't there still a beloved daughter that you cherish very much? Her name is Haley, if I remember correctly. If Haley enters the palace and becomes my concubine next month, then I believe that my regret will be lessened, and I may grant the Marquess what he desires. And at this moment, the Marquess quickly recalled. The Emperor is trying to go back on his word, and won't give the 80,000 gold coins in exchange for Leah anymore. The Marchioness quickly became annoyed and grumbled, Oh my God, Derek, if we do not have that 80,000 gold coins, we will collapse. The Marquess quickly replied, So Haley must enter the palace. Then he began to paint a picture. If Haley becomes a royal concubine, then we can not only reclaim Leah's gold, but also demand land. Otherwise, all the efforts we have made so far will be in vain. Anyway, we should see this as a blessing. It is good that we still have another daughter. These words really broke Haley's last string of reason. She called out, Father. Then Haley began to question. Are you only thinking about selling your children in your head? These words made the Marquis stiffen. He stammered and could not speak, but then finally asked inhumanely, So what? When Leah was about to become the queen, you were also very happy that you were about to receive 80,000 gold coins. Now that Leah is gone, you have to rebuild the family. There is no other choice. Haley insisted on not wanting to bear this debt. This family's debt was caused by your gambling. Why should I be the one to bear it? These words made the Marquess go crazy, so he slapped her hard in the face. The Marquis, eyes threatened. How dare you? You should be grateful for being raised well, yet you dare to argue with me. Then he did not relent and made a decision. The wedding will take place in a month. Focus on preparing. These words made Haley resign herself. She gritted her teeth and looked at him with hatred. Back on this side, Leah kept questioning Millie. Millie, are you really not going to tell me? Her eyes shone brightly, pleading. Please, who did you steal the heart of that you can't say? She was quickly defeated by that look. Really, it is not like that. Then Millie said, I just gave it to one of the knights to wish for victory. That scarf does not have any special meaning. These words made Leah sweat profusely. Then she had to give up. Well, if you said so, then so be it. At this moment, Leah went over to pick up a glass of water, then splashed it hard on the burning fire. Then wondered, Millie? But yesterday, was the Freeton castle this hot? Millie smiled and replied, Yes, that is right. She was also very surprised. Why is it so hot all of a sudden? But anyway, it is still better than being cold. Seeing Leah's complexion was very bad, Millie was worried. Queen, Your Highness, do you feel very hot? You are sweating a lot. Leah still did not know what she looked like, She then explained. I have always been sensitive to heat like this. No, that is not right. She quickly ran over and called out, Queen, Your Highness. Seeing Leah fall hard to the ground like that made Millie even more worried. "Ah, Queen, Your Highness." "What is wrong, Your Highness? Please stay awake." She was very dizzy and confused at the moment. "Ah, so dizzy. Why did this happen so suddenly? I have a feeling that this has happened before." Then, in a daze, Leah quickly remembered when she hugged her mother and cried, "Mother." She kept asking about the wounds on her face. "What is wrong, Mother? Who did this to you?" At that time, the mother just smiled and comforted. "I am fine, Leah. This is nothing to me. As long as I rest a little, I will get better soon." But unexpectedly, after saying that, she spat blood, making Leah worried. "Mother." She clenched her hand and did not want to accept it. "Number. I do not want you to be sick anymore." Immediately, a burst of power erupted from Leah's body. That light spread throughout the house. Then Leah woke up at that time. As soon as she woke up, she quickly wanted to go find her mother. "Mother, no." But when she saw her sitting next to Leah, she was blank. The mother smiled gently and asked, "Dear Leah, are you awake?" Seeing that her mother was fine made Leah surprised. Mother, you are not sick anymore," hearing Leah ask, but she did not answer, but only began to feed her medicine. "Come on, Leah, drink the medicine." But standing in front of that medicine, Leah did not want to drink it. "No, Leah is not sick," the mother said when she heard that. "If Leah does not drink the medicine, I won't drink it either." Hearing that, she had no choice but to drink the medicine uncomfortably. Munch, munch. As soon as she finished drinking, Leah realized in a daze, this medicine is not bitter at all." The mother immediately smiled happily. Right? Now it is okay. Leah's power too." She immediately nodded obediently. Then the mother smiled and comforted. "Don't worry, Leah, I will protect." And finally she woke up from that dream and exclaimed, "Ouch." As soon as she sat up, she kept complaining. My head." Seeing that Leah had woken up made Millie happy to the point of crying. "Oh, Queen, Your Highness. Are you okay? Please lie down and rest a little more. You are not cooked," Leah affirmed. "No, now I am better." Then suddenly Leah was blank. Again, making Millie worried. What is wrong? Does anything hurt more? At this moment she could not help but laugh. Millie, are you really worried because I fainted? You decorated the room so beautifully." Millie, confused. What are you talking about?" Leah hurriedly said. "Didn't you decorate this room?" She cried and said, "I was too worried about the Queen's safety, so I could not think about decorating at all, and this room is still exactly the same as before." This words made Leah blank. "Really?" She looked at the golden lights in front of her in confusion. Then, what are these golden lights? Millie did not understand what Leah was talking about. She reached out and touched those lights, then said, "I mean, these floating lights." Thinking that Leah had just woken up and had a concussion, so she could not help but tear up. "Your Highness, Queen, Your Highness." She saw Millie's eyes like this and denied it. "No, why are you looking at me like that? You really can't see these yellow lights." She covered her mouth, wanting to cry to the point of helplessness. "That is right, I am telling the truth. Suddenly you fainted, and now you are talking." Leah was so angry that she could not stand it and punched Millie straight in the face, making her fall hard to the ground. She quickly apologized. "Millie, I am sorry. I accidentally hit you." Millie sat on the ground and began to wonder, could it be? "Your head hurts a lot, is that why you see it wrong?" Thinking of this, she quickly jumped up. "I have to call the doctor right away," but Leah immediately did not allow it. "No, Millie, of course I am just kidding." Millie asked again to confirm. "Really, you are really kidding?" She smiled, trying to affirm that, "Yeah, it must be because I have a fever." She was relieved when she heard this, so relieved, I thought the Queen had gone crazy. Leah was more confused as she listened. What? Could it be that only I can see it? Could it be that I had really gone crazy? But somehow these lights have something familiar. At that time she had a strong desire that I do not want my mother to be sick anymore. Then Millie immediately asked Leah for her opinion. "Well then, Queen, Your Highness, can I let everyone in?" Now at this moment everyone peeked behind the door and whispered to each other. "Queen, Your Highness, everyone." She was confused. Everyone," Millie quickly said. "The new servants have come to greet you, but when they heard that Your Highness fainted, they all became anxious." At that time, everyone rushed in and asked, "Queen, Your Highness, are you okay, Queen, Your Highness? What happened?" Leah smiled and agreed. Let them in," she turned to call. "Everyone can come in now." After that voice, the room door immediately opened. Then 3 servants appeared, looking at her with compassion. "Queen, Your Highness." Everyone kept asking and caring non-stop. "Queen, Your Highness, I was so worried. Are you okay? When I heard that you suddenly fainted, I thought my heart stopped beating." What idiot brought such a high-energy stone so carelessly? The servants were actively worried about Leah when suddenly a clearing throat rang out, making everyone startle and stop. That person was full of murderous intent and began to scold. "You blockheads! Can you keep the before, Queen, Your Highness?" the manager shouted loudly to warn. Then he came over and bowed to greet Leah. "Your Highness, I apologize for their rude behavior," but she did not seem to mind this and waved her hand. "No, it is okay. Everyone is just worried about me." The manager then introduced himself. I am Colin, the chief manager of this castle. If you have any inconvenience in the castle, please let me know. Leah was also sweating and introduced herself. Oh right, I am Leah Freeton, please take care of me. She was a little worried in her heart. Wow, it feels like I can't get close. Colin seemed to realize that Leah was speaking very respectfully, so he reminded, please feel free to speak to me, and her expression was confused at this moment. He suddenly blushed, ahem, then cared about her health. Are you really okay? Suddenly receiving such concern made Leah smile happily and reply, okay, really, okay. Seeing the harmonious scene in this space made Colin also happy. Please feel free. Millie was relieved after witnessing this. And as expected, I really look forward to living here. In the evening when the moon was high, Miklock had arrived at the monster's lair. As soon as he saw them, he could not help but curl his lips. Ha! Then felt contemptuous and sighed. Holding a festival at this time is short-sighted. William agreed with this. I agree. At this moment, an assassin ran over to inform, Your Majesty, through the survey, it is indeed true that the Mon tribe has successfully negotiated with Hapun to cut down the golden pine. He was angry and scolded when he heard this. These crazy bastards. Miklock immediately asked about another issue. The production area of Vanji's pine given to the Maon tribe has no problems, right? The assassin affirmed, yes, the production area managed by the Maon tribe is completely undamaged. There are no traces of Hapun's felling. He again asked about another issue. What about the food prepared for the festival? The assassin said. It seems that they have gathered food from threatening the people in the outskirts of Freeton. Finally, Miklock understood everything. I understand. They must think that Piton is an easy target. William did not forget to remind him. Your Majesty, we must set an example. The assassin added, Your Majesty, I have checked the addition that you requested to confirm, Miklock quickly ordered. Report. The assassin immediately said, An unfortunate accident has just happened. It is related to the mysterious kidnapping case. Your Majesty's confirmation seems to be necessary. As soon as he heard this, his face quickly became gloomy. Then squeezed the sword in his hand and ordered, Lead the way immediately. In the Forge of Mayan. They were discussing something. Have you heard anything? It seems there is a festival in the village. At this time, we must finish our work quickly if we want to attend the festival for a bit. I heard that they have gathered delicious drinks. Is not there enough work? It seems that everyone has time to talk. A Mayon turned back and smiled. Ha, that can't be right. If you want to attend the festival, move faster. Go add more materials to the golden pine. The group immediately replied, Okay. Then stepped outside. Then became surprised. When the Mayons were tormenting humans, they kept hitting and urging. Hurry up, the human being beaten immediately begged. Please spare me, another Mayon was angry. Hey, why are you moving the golden pine so slowly? Wait a minute, do you think I like slow? This garbage does not even do their job. While scolding, he noticed one side. Then saw the Mayon leader come. Leader, you are here, the leader quickly replied. Yeah. Then he came over and asked about the situation. The production process at the golden pine is still going on without any obstacles, right? The Mayon confirmed. Of course, thanks to you, leader, everything is much easier. Then Mayon looked at the human and said, I am having a hard time educating this trash. The human being just now kept begging, please spare me, please spare me. Maon was confident at this time, but soon Freeton will be under Maon. The stupid Freeton are being distracted by Haroon, giving us time to prepare for close combat. As expected, your great plan is admirable, leader. He was happy and proud to be praised. This is just a basic strategy. If we put these human slaves on the front lines, even the fierce Freeton dogs will be hopeless. These stupid humans will not be able to attack before being burned. As expected, the leader is the true king of Maon. Humans can't even smell the smoke as if they are something. Because of the golden pine, this is the inevitable consequence, Mayon quickly praised. That is right, you are so right. So is not this a fitting punishment for them, leader? Like the poor, they are just as he finished speaking. Miklock appeared and chopped off the Mayon leader's head. Then did not forget to mock. It seems that your intelligence is not even as good as the poor. Freeton has constantly given you opportunities. The Mayon saw that the leader had been killed and fearfully sat down blankly. He did not relent and approached one moment at a time. However, you not only betrayed Freeton, but also kidnapped and tortured their commoners. If this is not treating people as less than grass, then what is it? I will personally let you know what will happen if you betray Freeton. As soon as he finished speaking, the knights of Freeton were ready to aim, making the man scared and run away. Miklock's eyes were extremely scary and declared, After today, there will be no Mayon tribe in this world. After a while after solving the Mon, the knight quickly came over to report. Your Majesty, I have finished solving the matter over there. He praised when he heard this. Very good. Any injuries? The knight confidently affirmed at this time. No, Your Majesty, we will never be injured when fighting demons. If someone is injured, it is the shame of the knight. The knight's body is currently the blood of the Mayon tribe. The knight could not believe it, really. He was so drunk that he could not smell the fuel. Seeing William come over, Miklock quickly asked about the situation. William, have you found the successor of the Mayan tribe yet? He quickly reported. Ah, about that. I am very sorry. It seems that that person did not participate in this banquet. The knight confused. I have not seen you this whole time because you were looking for the successor, William affirmed. Yeah, have you met Raph? But the knight did not seem to know. Oh, I do not know either. There is no accurate information about the successor except the name Ludic. Right, I have not even folded anyone before. Miklock thought after hearing this conversation. The two were still discussing. They have never made the successor public, always giving the reason that he is too young so no one can do anything even if he is still alive. What can a child do to live? And there is a rumor that he was expelled, because he was too resourceful. If he has really been expelled, he will not try to take revenge. He quickly made a judgment. It is best to eliminate all dangers, but I have no other choice. The knight was excited when he heard this. Okay, let us go back. Finally, Miklock waved his hand and ordered all the knights burn their hideout and immediately retreat to Towel Valley. Then after that, the entire Mayan tribe was completely burned down. Everything became desolate with only blood and dust left. From within the weeds, there was a noise. Then a foot slowly stepped out. That Mayan shed tears when he saw his tribe completely destroyed, then screamed in the cold winter night. It seemed that he hated Miklock the Bone, Miklock Fritan. He immediately swore, I will never forgive you. At a crystal-clear stream, the knights were soaking to wash away the bloodstains on their bodies. The scene was very harmonious. Miklock and William on this side were sitting under the waterfall to wash away the bloodstains on their bodies. William was delighted with a pale face. It is great that we went to war before winter. Miklock was also very satisfied with this. Yeah, soon the river and the valley will freeze, and I won't be able to wash away the blood. He could not understand, but is it necessary to stand and wash the blood under the waterfall? The red-haired knight happily washed away the bloodstains on his body. Finally, I feel better, the blue-haired knight noticed at this moment. Oh, is that a scarf? Did your mother give it to you? The red-haired knight held the scarf in his hand triumphantly. What? Ha ha, you think I am like you. This was given to me by a girl from Haroon. Those words immediately echoed in Miklock's ears. His face immediately darkened and radiated murderous intent, making the two knights scared. The red-haired knight still did not understand anything, and smiled in confusion. Why did the water suddenly warm up? Ha ha! Miklock came over and called out, hey. Then his face was full of murderous intent and interrogated. The girl from Haroon, when did she give you the scarf? The red-haired knight immediately turned into a tiny person under his oppression. Ah. Then explained tremblingly. What is wrong? No, it was, before we left, when Queen Your Majesty gave it to you. The Queen's servant, Millie, gave it to me. William stopped immediately after hearing this. He immediately looked up in surprise. What? Before leaving, Millie went looking around. Then came in front of the red-haired knight, stammering, Excuse me. He stopped when he heard that, yeah. She then asked about William's situation. By the way, do you know where William is? The red-haired knight looked around when he heard that, the captain is next to Your Majesty. Wait, where did that guy go? Where did that guy go? I can't see him. She ohhed when she heard this. Then asked, well, can you receive it for him? The red-haired knight confused. Yes. Millie shyly handed it out. This scarf, according to Pritin customs, a girl gives it to a boy to pray for his victory. The red-haired knight took it excitedly. Oh no, what an honor, she modestly said shyly. I am just a servant. Then he asked again, by the way, what is your name? Millie also said, I am Millie, the Queen's maid, after she finished. The red-haired knight affirmed, that is when I received this. I was not going to say it, but I was supposed to give it to Captain William, right? Finally, the murderous aura on Miklock's body diminished when he knew it was not given by Leah. I understand, he replied. Yes, that is right, William was silently standing behind. Then suddenly jumped up angrily. Why? What does that guy have that she gave him a scarf? The blue-haired knight came over jealously after hearing that. That bastard Raph, you actually went to seduce a Hapun girl. Haha, it seems that I am very popular in Haroon. William was extremely angry. I talked to them as much, and I am even better looking. I am even better. Suddenly he realized that he did not have any status, so what right did he have to be jealous? No, but it is true. I mean, I have the right to be sulky. And I am even a little sad. While scratching his head, William suddenly stopped. Then blushed, and felt extremely uncomfortable, I thought. We were a little closer. On this side, a priest knelt down and wondered, Your Majesty, what is this? I have told you countless times, that child is the son of Urahel. That power must be stronger now. The Majesty roared when he heard that. Shut up. He pointed at the humble official and criticized. When will the supreme priest stop babbling about that power? That young lady has had an engagement ceremony. Is not it strange that it has not gotten stronger yet? The humble official tried to explain. It may be clear that Urahel has done something to prevent it, the Majesty quickly interrupted, and that child is also part of the Heron royal family and belongs to me. I have used it when needed, so why make a fuss? If you had not let that bitch escape from the temple, I would not need Urahel's child. The humble official paused when he was scolded, then tremblingly wanted to say, that matter? The Majesty did not care anymore and ordered, put the supreme priest in prison. The humble official shouted immediately when he heard that, Your Majesty, you can't do that. You must bring Urahel's child back here. He still did not care about the words the humble official said. Tesk, it seems that the old man has finally gone crazy. He does not know what to do, right? The humble official kept saying, that child must be a part of Harun. Moreover, the root of Harun will be destroyed. The Majesty did not move after hearing it, because this random thing is not the reason for the collapse of Harun. He smiled evilly. Are you specifically referring to me? That is silly. It is a power that cannot be obtained, but what can that power really do? There is nothing to worry about, if you are careful. Thinking of this, the Majesty immediately ordered, listen here, yes, Your Majesty. He said, I will send a letter to the family of Marcus Uzkal, so prepare, and Fioain, to the family of Earlstone too. The humble official on this side was sent straight to prison. He sat in prison in pain. You. His expression was about to collapse. When he remembered the words that the Majesty had said, if you had not let that bitch escape from the temple, I would not need Urahel's child. The humble official remembered the smile of a woman. Haha, silly Harris, you can't stand this. He slumped down in frustration and asked himself, now then, what should I do? On this side, Leah exclaimed as soon as she saw her bedroom. Oh my god, so this is my bedroom. This place is as luxurious as the honeymoon suite. Millie agreed with that. That is right, this room is really beautiful. Leah smiled and thought, the honeymoon suite is also great, but I do not want to be alone in a room without Mick. At that time, Colin asked her, Queen Your Majesty, do you still want to continue staying in the honeymoon suite? Or do you want to move to the South Palace, where your bedroom is? At that time, she unexpectedly chose the South Palace. As soon as she arrived at the room, Leah felt that the air was very hot. But it is quite hot here too. Can you tell them to move away some of the magic stones? Millie quickly did as she was told. Ah, yes. Understood. Then she made a suggestion. Well, while they are moving the magic stones, would you like to take a walk? Leah wondered, take a walk. Millie said, yes, it seems there is a small festival in the square today. You should go and see. She was very curious about the festival here. A festival? Should I go and see what is there? On the crowded streets. As soon as she arrived, Leah's eyes lit up and she exclaimed, oh my god, so many people. Millie seemed to be very excited too, that is right. As she was walking, she noticed the jewelry on display on the roadside. There are many stalls along the road too. Oh, what is this? The owner greeted her as soon as he saw a customer. Welcome. The owner introduced, this is a decoration for writing paper. Millie's eyes lit up when she saw those things. Oh my god, so cute. Leah seemed to remember something when she heard about writing paper. Then remembered Robbie. Oh, I need to send a letter to Robbie to report that I have arrived in Fertan. Before leaving, he told her, remember to write a letter. Leah, goodbye. But hearing the price of up to 20 silver coins shocked Millie. Too expensive. Leah was currently looking around. Since I have come to the festival, should I buy something to send along? As soon as she looked, she saw what she needed to buy. Then ran to the stall opposite. While Millie was still scolding, rip off, the owner uncomfortably said, are you done talking? As soon as she saw the brooches on display on the shelf, Leah's eyes lit up. Oh my god, the brooches are so beautiful. The owner praised when he heard that, young lady has a good eye. Leah quickly asked the price. How much are they? The owner's eyes lit up and reported the price. Young lady, you are so pretty, okay? I will only take 70 silver coins. Hearing the price shocked Leah. What, 70 silver coins? She did not accept it and bargained. 40 silver coins, 65 silver coins, 50 silver coins, 60 silver coins. This is the final price. She was annoyed. Grr. Then thought, it is really expensive, however. I still have the emergency fund I borrowed from the Marquess mansion. Finally, Leah quickly took out a gold coin. Then seriously paid. A brooch, give me the correct change. The owner excitedly tricked a big fish. Yes, thank you. After buying the brooch, Leah was excited. Hee. Not bad, really beautiful. I paid attention to this color because it is exactly like Robbie's hair color. Robbie will definitely like it. Leah was about to call out, that is right, Millie, but when she saw her expression, she was scared. Then startled and apologized. Oh my god, I am sorry. Before that, after buying the brooch, Leah went to find Millie. Millie? Where did she go? Could it be that she got lost again? She kept searching. Millie, where are you, Millie? But while she was searching, Leah bumped into someone. Millie, oh my god. Careful. Seeing the goods about to fall on her, But Leah could only stand there blankly, She closed her eyes tightly in fear. No. But right at that moment, Leah disappeared, making the people around her stunned. Hey, are you okay? Where did she go? Hey, you, Leah on this side was saved by someone to an alley. She opened her eyes and looked, Then was immediately startled. Oops, who are you? But she only cared about asking, are you okay? You should pay attention to the road. Leah's eyes lit up full of gratitude when she heard that. Wait, you saved me. She turned away at this moment. All right, you can say that. She saw the serious wound on her body and asked, what is wrong? Are you injured? She only smiled wryly at this moment. Ahaha. It seems that what is in that box is more dangerous than I thought. Leah felt very sorry. Oh no, you are bleeding. The wound is very serious. It is all my fault. Although she heard that, she only said, haha, do not worry. Such a small wound is nothing. But as soon as she finished speaking, her eyes widened in surprise. When a golden light radiated from Leah, this made her confused. What is going on again? Right after that light, Leah quickly fainted. Fortunately, she was supported. She also took her cloak and put it on her. Unexpectedly, the wound on her shoulder had disappeared. I still can't control my power. She took something out at this moment, then put it on Leah's neck, hoping this will be helpful to your highness. Before disappearing, she did not forget to leave the words, so I hope we meet again soon. When the sun had turned orange, Leah gradually opened her eyes. Then startled and looked around. Oops, where am I? She noticed the coat she was wearing. Finally remembered everything. Ah, that is right. Someone saved me and was injured because of me. What is this box? Let us just take it with me for now. Where is that person? I hope they are okay. While Leah was searching for her, Millie found her. She cried and ran over, calling out loudly, Queen, your highness. I hate you, your highness. You idiot. Where have you been all this time? Seeing Millie like this made Leah embarrassed. Oh, Millie, sorry, you have been looking for me everywhere. Then she explained, I got lost and fell asleep for a while. Millie startled and asked back, what? You are not sick again, are you? Leah denied that, no, instead of being sick. Actually, while speaking, she realized something. Come to think of it, my headache has disappeared. The golden light I saw before is not unfamiliar anymore. On the contrary, it has a familiar feeling. Millie said happily at this moment, I am glad you are not in pain anymore, but in the meantime, did you buy a necklace? Leah was a little confused when she heard that. Necklace. Looking at the necklace on her neck, Leah determined, that person put it on me. Before leaving, this is the first time I have seen this necklace, but it feels very familiar. I also feel lighter than before. She looked at the necklace and hesitated to answer. I guess so. Millie was frustrated when she heard that. Really? Do not tell me you forgot about Millie, just because of this necklace. Leah helplessly apologized. Sorry, Millie. She then thought about the things that happened today. Today, all kinds of strange things happened. I suddenly dreamed of my mother. A golden light appeared, and a stranger appeared. I am so tired. I just want to go back quickly. Thinking so, Leah went ahead and called Millie. Let us go back, Millie. She quickly replied, yes, your highness. And when she returned to the palace, Leah sweated and called, Millie, yes, your highness. Looking at the wall full of cobwebs, with cuts everywhere. Everything seemed so tattered and old that Leah was helpless. She was really a little unexpected. Is the inside of the castle always like this? At this moment, Colin cleared his throat and said, that is one of the reasons why the wedding had to take place quickly. His Majesty has been too focused on military power and conquest, and completely neglected the internal affairs of the castle. Finally, Leah understood everything. Then she thought for a moment. Finally made a decision. Okay, let us see. Leah excitedly asked herself, should I carry out my first task as the Queen of Freeton? Saying this, she turned to ask Colin about her authority. Colin, what is my authority as the Queen of Freeton include? Leah saw that he did not answer and repeated, Colin. Finally, Colin smiled and said, when His Majesty is absent, most of the authority is handed over to you, your highness. So please give orders as you wish. She smiled mischievously when she heard this, then became extremely excited. Great, it seems I will have a lot to do before His Majesty returns here. Then she began to care about other things. First, I need to understand the kingdom of Freeton. Leah requested Colin. Colin, take me to the study first. He also obediently followed, yes, your highness. Then she asked about the warming stones. Most of the mana warming stones were removed while I was away, right? Colin affirmed, yes, according to your orders. Only the necessary amount was kept to maintain the appropriate temperature, and the rest was returned to the national treasury. Leah was very satisfied when she heard that, so that is it, that solves one problem. I was very worried because I heard that Freeton is extremely cold. But it seems that I do not have to worry about that anymore. But outside, countless people are suffering from this cold. The maids on this side were very helpless. Ouch. Really, how many times has this happened? Hick hick. This queen is really hot-tempered. I can't serve her anymore. Ha! What should we do now? No one wants to stay and serve her anymore. Someone in the corner heard that information. Then spoke. That voice startled the three maids. Then she stepped out and asked for help. This is the first time I have entered the palace, so I got lost. The maids shouted and questioned as soon as they saw her. Who are you? She said again, I am sorry, but... Do you know the way to the bedchamber of the 12th queen? Both maids remembered when they heard that. Ah, that is right. We decided to send a new maid to serve her. Then a maid stepped forward to lead the way. Have you forgotten? I will show you the way again, so follow me. She smirked when she heard that. Okay, let us go. As she walked, the maid sighed with regret. It is really bad timing. You are really unlucky, she wondered. What happened? The maid quickly recounted. I do not know if you have heard, but the current queen is the sister of the woman who is destined to marry the emperor. She was forced into the palace and makes a fuss every day. She understood everything when she heard that. I understand. That is terrible. The maid was a little upset at this time. I understand her feelings. But that does not change the fact that this is a nightmare for us. There is someone who vents anger on the maids. So no one wants to serve her. I am sorry for scaring you before you started. But if you can't stand it, tell me now. That woman won't even hesitate to kill anyone. She could not hide her smile as she listened. Then she made a sympathetic comment. Even so, she is so pitiful. The maid was surprised when she heard this. What? She immediately promised. I will try my best to serve her. Her words made the maid confused. Then did not care anymore. Well, okay, I have warned you. You won't understand until you experience it yourself. We are here. Be careful not to get hurt. After taking her to the place, the maid immediately left. She could not help but curl her lips into a happy smile. But as soon as she entered, she was hit in the face with a cup of tea when she had only just managed to say, Sorry for intruding. Haley uncomfortably asked, Haha, who are you? She saw her unstable condition and smiled from ear to ear. Then smiled and greeted, Nice to meet you, Your Highness. I am the new maid assigned to serve you. Haley uncomfortably repeated the words she had said. Did not I make it clear? I said I do not need a maid. But unexpectedly she bluntly commented, You look so pathetic. Her words made her go crazy. Could not help but yell, Are you done talking? But she did not care and closed the door, then reminded, Your Highness, you must have been a beauty before. Haley could not understand what she wanted to say. What? She gave a sly smile. You are adorned with gorgeous jewelry and expensive dresses? You must have had many suitors. This is not the life you imagined. My life was sold like a commodity, to pay off my father's gambling debts. At that time, His Majesty forced her. Come here, Haley. Although she did not want to. But to pay off her father's gambling debt, she had to offer herself to him. This is not my life. Not at all. Everything should have been hers, that is, her life. She showed a satisfied expression when she heard that. Then came over and said, I heard that originally another young lady was supposed to marry in your place. Haley painfully called out, Leah. At this moment she put her hand on her shoulder and offered a rosy life. Do you want to take back everything? Return the queen position to the one who should have it, and regain the luxurious life you once had. I can help you do that. These words seemed to have hypnotized Haley's mind. That is right. Nothing has ever been reasonable. How can someone like me be treated like this? This position originally belonged to Leah, if she became the queen as originally planned. She looked down at Haley, expecting her decision. Then startled in surprise. When she had seriously made a decision, what do I need to do? Seeing this expression, made her tremble with joy. Then happily gave the plan. First, let us start with taking a bath. A clear mind starts with a clean body. Haley looked up silently at this moment, then began to care. You, what is your name? She was a little startled when she was suddenly asked her name. Then turned around, then introduced himself. My name is Yulan, Your Highness. Returned to the Emperor's palace. Leah, after reading for a long time, stretched tiredly. Then she continuously massaged her shoulders. I am so stiff. I have been here for days. I knew this would not be easy, but... While stretching a bit, Leah quickly noticed. According to what is written in the book, the previous king of Britain suffered from a strange, incurable disease from 867 and died in 868. She grew more curious as she read, The previous king of Freetown. That is my father-in-law. Now that I think about it, I did mention His Majesty's father-in-law back then. So what did the small history book say? After searching for a while, Leah found it. She began to flip through the pages, reading, The previous king of Samal passed away in 867. This really startled Leah. That is all it says about the previous king of Samal. But I clearly said that His Majesty's father committed suicide. I would not arbitrarily distort history, and there is no reason for that to be changed. So, could that have been my father-in-law? But that does not make sense either. What incurable disease did His Majesty's father have? Leah's gaze suddenly turned melancholy. He really did not love my mother. While these stray thoughts tormented Leah, Millie suddenly peeked in to observe. She immediately approached and asked, "Your Highness, are you here again today?" Seeing her appear made Leah happy. "Millie, are you here too?" Millie advised her, "I know you are doing all this for Fritten, but you should take a break sometimes." Leah suddenly struck a pose, like a truly responsible person. This is the challenge I must overcome if I want to become a proper mistress. Anyway, studying is not too unfamiliar to me. It is quite comfortable. Millie found this to be true. Now that I think about it, Your Highness used to spend all her time in the study with young Master Robbie. Mentioning that time, she immediately recalled it. That is right. I should thank Robbie. Thanks to him, everything now feels familiar. Seeing Leah only remember Robbie, Millie quickly stood up. Don't forget that I also did my duty as a guard at Stone Manor, okay? Seeing Millie's act and words made her burst out laughing. That is right, you too. Remembering that time, Leah became happy. Oh, that was the only time I felt happy in Haroon. Flashback to 5 years ago, when the Marquis was walking around the mansion, always being observed by Millie in disguise. Then reporting back to Leah like a true spy. Everything's fine. No problems detected. She was startled at this time. HMPH. Then she scolded, "Robbie, you startled me. I thought it was the Count." At that time, Robbie, who was 15 years old, said, "I told you, you should not be here." Leah quickly made a decision. Alright, let us move on to the next step. Suddenly changing direction like this surprised Robbie. What, so fast? He was really frustrated with studying like this. Leah, should not we take a break, but she immediately refused. No. You have learned all this at the academy, but I do not know anything. You said you would teach me, right? What was the next lesson you learned, Robbie? Come here. Robbie was really resigned. But suddenly, he opened his eyes. Then he gave a lesson. The next lesson is dancing. Suddenly mentioning dancing made Leah blank out. She wondered, they teach that at the academy too. Robbie hesitated to explain. Well, yes. Dancing is an elegant skill that people of all ages should master, so they have included it in the curriculum. Leah immediately refused. But I have already learned dancing, so let us skip this lesson and move on to the next one. But Robbie refused to allow it. Dancing at the academy is on a completely different level. These words made Leah curious. Really? How is it different? Robbie blushed and stammered. Well, it is. Unable to explain in words, he reached out his hand. Then, blushing, he said, "You will understand as soon as you dance with me." This really made Leah happy and laugh. She also put her hand up, accepting to dance with Robbie. Okay, let us dance. Robbie, I actually know. Leah quickly exposed him. You have not really learned this, have you? You lied because you did not want to study anymore. Robbie stammered. That was a mistake. When he lied, his ears turned red like that. While dancing, Leah recognized and instructed Robbie, "You have to hold my waist firmly." Oh well, because I always ask you for help, I will give you a little leeway. What else can I do? Leah's face sparkled with pride. Finally, I have something to teach Robbie, huh? After all, he is the friend who showed me this world. Oh, except for dancing. Millie recalled that she was still nervous at the time. The day I finally got caught in the act, my heart was pounding nonstop. At that time, the Marquis burst open the door and scolded. "Robbie, you brat, playing with Leah again. Go play with Haley." Millie tried to stop the Marquis. Oops, oh my god, run quickly. Then Robbie grabbed Leah's hand and ran away. Remembering that really made her laugh. As long as we do not get caught, it is fine. Now that I think about it, I should write a letter with a brooch later. Millie also agreed with that. That is a good idea. I will get you some stationery and a pen. She scratched her face, saying, I want to write a letter to Robbie and invite him to visit Fritten, but she also scratched her head, understanding. Count Stone will never allow it, right? Even so, Leah still really wanted to see Robbie again. I'm a little lonely, but what can I do? I guess I will have to go to Haroon myself one day. But at least I have a wonderful, handsome lover in Fritten. Seeing Leah's infatuated expression towards Miklock, Millie felt sorry for Robbie. Young Master Robbie. What a pity. Leah kept exclaiming, oh, I miss him again. Millie was really helpless. It seems your highness values love more than friendship, huh? On Robbie's side, he was writing something, and suddenly paused. He suddenly became flustered and broke out in a cold sweat. I feel so sad. Why do I suddenly have this feeling? Robbie immediately asked his attendant, Mans. Has not Leah sent a letter yet? Mans was confused. A letter, sir? Suddenly, he seemed to remember something. Oh, now that you mention it, he thought there was a letter from Leah. which made Robbie excited. But unexpectedly, it was information. A letter just arrived from the royal palace. I wonder what it is. But there is no letter from Miss Leah. These words really made Robbie want to cry. He sadly asked himself, Leah, are you still writing a letter? And on this side, Leah forgot to write the letter again. On Miklock's side, he was actively clearing out monsters. Attack, awe. Suddenly, 2 people from another tribe looked down at Miklock and exclaimed, that is right, he really is the king of Friton. He quickly gave the order, all troops, advance. Toward the Friton Knights. Miklock, after clearing out the monsters, immediately turned and called out, William? He also replied, yes, your majesty. He asked about the situation, how's the conquest going? William quickly reported the situation. We have almost cleared the designated area. After hearing this, Miklock suddenly did not say anything more. Then suddenly made a decision. I need to speed up the progress. These words startled him. Yes. William seemed to recognize his mood. You must be eager to return. Suddenly, Miklock raised his hand to stop him. Both looked ahead and saw a group of people approaching. Your Majesty, they are the Malau tribe. Suddenly, a member of the Malau tribe waved a white flag of surrender. Seeing this, he loudly said, stop. Then asked the reason. What is the reason for you standing on the land of Friton? He began to explain, I am Julman, a knight representing the kingdom of Malau. The king of Malau wants to propose an alliance, and apologizes if this is done a little disrespectfully. Miklock looked at William in surprise for confirmation. The Malau tribe has established a kingdom, he confirmed. Yes, that is right. I heard they have expanded their power, uniting all the surrounding tribes and declaring it a kingdom. The red-haired knight felt amused upon hearing this. Creating a kingdom? Your Majesty, they may be planning to betray us, like when the Mayon tribe pretended to surrender. He immediately nodded his head to signal his attendant beside him. Immediately, a document was presented. Not only the kingdom of Malau, but 5 allied tribes from the northeast have agreed to the same agreement. We request approval from the kingdom of Friton. Miklock took the document, then opened it to examine it. Mana stones, minerals, that is a large amount of tribute, much more than what the Malau tribe offered. After reading, Miklock wondered, and your request is? Julman immediately explained, this is a non-aggression pact between the kingdom of Friton and the kingdom of Malau, and also the Northeastern Noble Alliance, along with the necessities to help them get through the winter. He was a little confused. Why apply such unfavorable conditions, he said. Unlike humans, demons do not place much value on mana or minerals. They care more about stockpiling food to survive the winter. If the agreement is successful, the demons will have no reason to attack the villages on the border of Friton. As soon as he finished speaking, the document in Miklock's hand fell to the ground. He pointed his sword, creating a cut on Julman's neck. Miklock repeated his question once more. What I want to ask is, the true intention of the kingdom of Malau. Seeing him so sharp made him fall silent and contemplate. Then he began to explain, we have heard rumors that the Malau tribe has been destroyed. As a newly established kingdom, Malau is simply seeking security, through an alliance with Friton. Miklock could hardly understand. Even if that is the case for Malau, what about the Noble Alliance? What guarantee do I have that they won't be the first to break the treaty? Julman promised. In that case, we will eliminate the traitors ourselves. The safety of the kingdom is our top priority. He seemed to be swayed by these words. Finally accepting this matter. The procedure for forming the alliance. Julman explained. The king of Malau wants to explain the details himself. Then he invited. Malau Castle is not far from here. How about going there right now? William quickly stopped him. You want us to go to your lair, voluntarily. Your Majesty, they must be plotting something. Miklock questioned. Why is he so eager to meet me? Julman did not know this, so he could only bow his head in apology. Please forgive me, but only the king of Malau can explain. He still did not believe this. Your Majesty, this is suspicious. We should avoid worrying agreements. Suddenly, Miklock made a decision. Perhaps, about the king of Malau. Julman was confused. Yes. He immediately turned away and said, nothing. Then Miklock loudly made a decision. I will go to Malau Castle only with the first knights. Ralph, lead the rest of the knights, finish the conquest, and return to Friton Castle. William still did not accept this, and tried to stop him. Your Majesty, this may be a trap. He did not seem to care much. Even so, it does not matter. Immediately, Miklock issued a warning. We are enough to wipe out Malau if necessary. These words shocked Julman. Then smiled helplessly. Let us go, King of Friton. When Miklock arrived, the King of Malau welcomed him. Welcome, it is an honor to have you visit Malau Castle in person. He was not very interested and coldly replied, I appreciate your hospitality. Then he began to invite. You must be tired from the trip. Please stay at the castle as long as you like. Although it is a little humble. But Miklok did not accept and refused immediately. No, that is not necessary. I will sign the alliance treaty and leave immediately. This startled the king of Malau. Yes, but you are a distinguished guest. We can't. We have prepared a banquet to honor you. He quickly refused. A simple meal and a place to rest is enough. Furthermore, my knights, except for those close to me, will wait outside the castle. There is no need to have a banquet. He was startled. Outside the castle? But in this cold, they might get sick. Miklok immediately reminded, no need to worry. The cold of Malau will not affect my knights. The king of Malau had no choice but to give in under his oppression. I understand, then please allow me to lead you to your resting place. The maid led Miklok to his room, not forgetting to say, even if the banquet is cancelled, His Majesty wishes to have a meal with you. When it is time for the meal, I will report to you again. Until then, please rest. William smiled smugly, as if I would pretend to be blind and eat with them. I wonder what they are planning to do. Miklok quickly made a decision. I should just go to the meal, end the alliance at dawn, and leave immediately. The more he listened, the more upset he became. Your Majesty, are you really going to have a meal with them? Miklok asked in confusion. Why not? If I am right, they won't do anything to the food. William could not help but wonder. And what do you guess? He requested. Keep it carefully. He began to say, well, demons are still demons after all. Miklok wondered. What do you mean? William wanted to enlighten him. Your Majesty, can't you feel it? Their king, their presence, it is like hypnosis. These words really made him think. I think. He thought he was thinking about something important, but Miklok remembered Leah. I was very surprised because they all have golden blonde hair, just like Leah. In Freeton, only Leah has that hair color, while here it is very common. William was speechless. As expected. At this time, he arrived at the place for eating with the king of Malau. As soon as he saw Miklok, he was extremely excited. King of Freeton, you have arrived. The king of Malau kept flattering. Although this is just a humble meal, we are honored to sit down and eat with Freeton. He did not want to say much, so he reminded. Enough with the greetings. Let us sit down. His face suddenly revealed a longing expression. Yes, I understand. Then the king of Malau said, to help the king of Freeton entertain himself, I have invited another guest. Miklok was confused. A guest. Before he could finish speaking, the king of Malau loudly introduced, may I introduce, Princess Shane. As soon as she appeared, Shane smiled and greeted. It is an honor to meet the king of Freeton. She slowly walked over, but Miklok did not care and turned away. Then Shane came to Miklok's side and introduced herself. I am Princess Shane of the Kingdom of Malau. Shane is my name? While saying this, she showed off her most seductive appearance. But when she finished greeting him, she still did not see any reaction from Miklok, so she looked at the king of Malau with confusion. Seeing the overly silent atmosphere, Shane immediately cleared her throat, ahem, which startled him. Then he remembered that he had to step down. Ah, Your Majesty of Freeton, I just remembered something urgent. Please have a meal with Princess Shane first. Miklok wanted to stop him. Well, but... Shane interrupted. Your Majesty. I do not know. Do you like wine? Shane smiled brightly and introduced. This is a precious wine of our kingdom, which has been brewed since before Malau was established. But Miklok said, my wife likes it even more than I do. These words were like a stone pressing down on Shane's head, making her tired. Ah, the queen. He did not want to continue talking to Shane, so he stood up and suggested, let us have a meal after the king of Malau finishes his work. She quickly stood up to stop him. Wait a moment, what I mean is, so your highness also likes wine? I have heard about your marriage too. I have something to say about her. Shall we discuss that before the meal? Hearing these words from Shane made Miklok sigh in frustration. When she sat down, she poured wine into the glass, still very confident. I am Shane, the most beautiful woman in Malau. After taking a sip, Shane tried to show off her most seductive appearance. This wine has a wonderful taste. No man can resist this charm. But Miklok on this side was eating and drinking like a machine, not paying attention to the things around him. Making her furious, she clenched the glass in her hand. At least, the resistance should disappear. At first I agreed only because father kept begging me. I thought that I could also establish an alliance marriage. Cheyenne tried to force a smile. Ho ho ho, but she still could not understand in her heart, how dare he not react to my beauty. If she had known this in advance. At that time, the king of Malau was crying and begging, Shane, have dinner with the king of Freeton, but she did not accept. Why me? Why not one of the distant relatives? He quickly replied, they are all men who can inherit the throne. But you, my beautiful daughter, through marriage, you can... These words made Shane think for a long time. Miklok had finished eating and put the spoon down. then began to ask, "So what do you want to say about Leah?" Shane was still in contemplation and was startled to see that he had finished eating. "He is finished eating already." Shane stroked her golden hair and asked, "I heard that Her Highness, the Queen of Freetown, also has golden hair like me." Miklock confirmed, "That is right." Hearing this, she began to ramble. "Of course, I do not dare to compare myself with the noble queen, but platinum blonde hair is also quite famous in Malau." These words really made him helpless. "I know." Shane currently did not know what else to say with this awkward atmosphere and could only curse silently. How troublesome. Suddenly, she was stunned. Then began a new conversation. "Perhaps if I show you an example, then you can compare it yourself." Miklock still did not want to talk to Shane. Compare what? When he looked up, he suddenly paused. Suddenly, he saw Shane transform into Leah's face, smiling and asking, "So what do you think? Are you satisfied with me?" She slowly approached. "Do you want to take a closer look?" Shane was secretly smug. "Do you think I can't handle an alliance marriage?" At this time, Shane's eyes gradually became seductive. "I may not have outstanding talent, but I am definitely worthy to be by your side, and I always get what I want." Seeing this scene, Miklock immediately criticized these cheap tricks. He could not bear it anymore, and angrily called out, "William." At this time, William, who was called, quickly appeared. "Yes, your majesty." Miklock's face was gloomy as he ordered, "Bring the King of Malau here immediately." As soon as the King of Malau appeared, he knelt down and begged for forgiveness. "O great King of Britain, please forgive this rudeness." Seeing the scene before her, Shane was extremely shocked. Then she cried and blamed everything on her. "I tried my best to stop her, but she insisted on meeting your majesty alone to discuss the alliance marriage." Shane could not help but come closer and whisper, "Wait, father, you have to stand on my side." He was still making excuses to escape blame. "I believe she did that only with the intention of protecting the people. If my many untalented daughters have offended or been harmed in any way, then please forgive them." William sighed in relief. "Just as I thought. She is not the queen." After speaking for a while, the King of Malau made a suggestion. "Everything may have come to this point, but why not take this opportunity to keep my daughter by your majesty's side and strengthen the relationship between the two kingdoms? In this way, the future of both countries will—" Miklock quickly interrupted. "Peace between the two kingdoms will last forever, as long as the treaty is maintained." The King of Malau still wanted to marry his daughter to Miklock, but is not this how most human kings expand their territory? He quickly rejected that suggestion. "I do not even have enough time to love my only queen." He still wanted to say more, but Miklock did not allow it, and at some point, "My mother's home, the kingdom of Samal." It seems you have not heard this story yet. Upon hearing this, the King of Malau's attitude immediately fell in fear. Finally, the entire space became silent. Miklock took the initiative to stand up and request, "The sun has risen, let us set off immediately after signing the peace treaty." Before that, he did not forget to remind, "We are very willing to receive tribute from the kingdom of Malau, however. She should also pay the price for insulting my queen and making me angry, right?" Shane was currently gagged and lying on the ground in a bad mood. Angry? Miklock immediately made a condition to apologize for this rudeness, send an additional 3,000 tons of heated magic stones, right? This condition shocked the King of Malau. What? William was also frustrated after hearing this condition. "That is enough to drain 2 ore mines." "Is he going to burn the queen alive?" Miklock said. "What is wrong?" "Can't you do it?" The King of Malau became flustered. "Ah, no, it is just. For now, we will send 1,000 tons before the end of this month." In the Haroon Empire, Count Stone, at this time, the Count called Robbie. Then he gave a somber order. "Pack your bags and set off for Fritain immediately." Robbie could not understand. "What? Why do I suddenly have to go to Freetown? The Count let him go smoothly. Go to see Leah. You must miss her a lot, right?" Robbie became embarrassed. "But, father, you never liked me being close to Leah." Suddenly, the Count smirked. Then he said, "This is a royal decree. His Majesty even prepared a carriage and travel expenses for you." Robbie was really shocked by this information. "What?" the Count said. "Well, after so many years of befriending Marquise Uskal, I will finally receive the rewards of my efforts. I once thought the friendship between you and her was useless, but now it has become a great opportunity." He heard this and quickly stopped him. "Wait, it is not even Marquise Uskal, so why am I the one being sent?" The Count did not seem to be able to guess this either. "I do not know the details either. Maybe His Majesty feels sorry for a girl who almost became the queen." Robbie still tried to resist. "If so, he can send a royal envoy instead of me." The Count did not want to say much more to him. "Oh, do not ask any more. This is a royal decree. Just follow it." Then he took out a letter. "Here, His Majesty personally wrote a letter to you. I will also send a private letter to Freeton, so set off immediately." Robbie took the letter back to his room to read. It requested, "Closely monitor Leah Uskal, and if there is anything unusual, immediately returned to report. After reading, Robbie was shocked. He could not understand. Unusual, impossible. I understand Leah better than anyone. How can she endure it? Isn't she crying in pain every day? Of course. The king of Fritan is clearly a barbarian. There is no way such a person can make Leah happy. Thinking of this, Robbie immediately resolved, I must go to Fritan as soon as possible. Ah, wait. She must be enduring alone in a foreign land. I should bring her something to comfort her, maybe some of her favorite books. Robbie started searching. I hid Leah's things under the bed, so father would not find them. As soon as he opened it, a cloud of dust quickly attacked, causing Robbie to cough nonstop. Cough, I told them not to clean. Now it is full of dust. Suddenly, Robbie noticed something unexpected. Huh. That box. Robbie quickly opened the box. Inside were letters. He was a little puzzled. Are these the letters Leah wrote to me when I was studying at the academy? So they were here. I hid them to avoid father's pursuit, but now I found them here. Reading those letters made Robbie feel warm. Then he began to recall the day he entered the academy. Welcome everyone to the prestigious National Academy. Before entering the academy, Robbie did not forget to look back, to search for Leah's figure in the crowd. Leah, are not you coming? Seeing that she did not appear, made him frustrated. How boring. He lowered his head and entered the academy. Then Robbie unexpectedly looked up. Huh. Then he saw Leah holding a bouquet of flowers, standing next to the school, which excited him. Leah, you really came. He anxiously ran over to ask, why did you come here but did not go inside and instead stood outside like this? As soon as he arrived, Leah handed the bouquet of flowers in her hand to Robbie. This action startled him. Flowers. Robbie was so moved that he teared up. Leah, you prepared this for me. Thank you so much. But she kept holding the bouquet, preventing him from hugging it, so he reminded, Leah, if you let go, I can take it. Leah. Suddenly, there was something very uncomfortable on her face. Then Leah threw the bouquet straight away, causing him to fall hard to the ground. Ouch. Robbie looked up with a confused expression. Huh. Then he saw her crying appearance, which made him confused. Leah. Leah could not hold back and cried loudly, which made Robbie very embarrassed. Leah. He quickly pulled her away. Let us go over here first. Then the two arrived at a deserted place, with no one around. Robbie was now worried and asked, Are you calmer now? Then can you tell me the reason why you are crying? Leah narrowed her eyes when asked. Then answered, The problem is, I do not want you to go to the academy. These words really shocked Robbie. What? At this time, she revealed the real reason. I come to every lesson with you, but if you go to the academy, I won't be able to meet Teacher Palette anymore. He is the perfect husband I have been looking for. Finally, he understood the reason with frustration. So that is it. Leah added, also, she suddenly gritted her teeth uncomfortably. Then she said the real reason. If you go to the academy, we will never see each other again. You know my father won't let me go, so there is no other way, but... Robbie was really surprised and called, Leah. She could not hold back her tears anymore and burst into tears. If you make new friends at the academy, then I am afraid you will forget me. These words moved Robbie. He quickly comforted, Don't worry, Leah. I will come back to Haroon every month. Leah was surprised. What? How can that be? Robbie said. They said we are allowed to go out on weekends, maybe not every week, but maybe every month. And when I come to the Marquis's mansion, I will tell you what I have learned at the academy. I will write everything down and tell you everything. So, hearing these words made Leah could not help but laugh. Then she wondered, will you dress like Teacher Palette all the time? Right. Robbie quickly paused and answered awkwardly, that. Finally, the two made a promise. Okay, promise me, Teacher Robbie. Being called teacher made him awkward. Leah. At that time, I promised to visit her every month, but Leah sent me letters every week. Thanks to that, I always knew what she was doing. Actually, I replied often because she was curious about the academy. Back then, we knew everything about each other. But now, Robbie put all the letters on the table. Extremely puzzled. Why does not she write to me anymore? We have always written letters to each other whenever we were apart. We almost spent our lives exchanging letters. There is no way Leah could forget. Impossible. Robbie also had a rich imagination that Miklock would not allow Leah to contact the outside world anymore. From now on, all external contact will be cut off. At that time, she could only submit, Yes, Your Majesty. He speculated. Did the King of Fritan prevent her from sending letters? Remembering when Robbie was strangled by Miklock, he felt it made sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Just based on his style back then, he was really a tyrannical jerk. Robbie gritted his teeth and blamed himself. If I had known this would happen, I would have taken Leah with me. No, it is not too late now. He closed the box. Then he resolved, if she is not happy, even if it is the King of Fritan, or even the Emperor, I won't sit still. Seeing Robbie leave, Hans called in confusion, "Sir." But he only ordered, "Hans, prepare the carriage. We are going to Fritan. Right away. Wait for me, Leah. I am coming soon." At this time, at the palace, Leah was very shocked. What, letters from Stone Manor? Finally, she remembered that she had not written a letter to Robbie yet. Ah, right, I should have replied to Robbie, but I completely forgot. She was so frustrated that she wanted to melt away. He must have waited tiredly and sent it first. Is he angry? At this time, Millie brought the letter. "Here, Your Highness." Then reported, "It is not a letter from young Master Robbie, it is a letter from Count Stone." Leah was a little startled when she heard that. What? Why would the Count write to me? When she opened the letter to read, Leah called, "Millie." Then she informed her, "Millie, Robbie is coming to Fritton to see me." Millie was really surprised when she heard this. Young Master Robbie? That is great, but at this time, Millie saw that Leah's expression was not good, so she worried. "Wait, miss, are you not happy?" She looked up hesitantly. It is just, in order to come here, Robbie needs Count Stone's permission. How did he do that? Count Stone has never liked me being close to Robbie. Millie also agreed with that. That is true. Count Stone wants young Master Robbie to be close to Miss Haley instead. Well, I guess Robbie really wants to see the Queen, so he must have found a way. Leah also hoped, yes, maybe that is it. At this time, someone entered the room and spoke up. "Isn't this good news?" As soon as she saw him, Leah quickly spoke up. "You are later than usual today, Duke Zenon." Duke Zenon, the Minister of Fritan, smiled and replied, "I was late because I had to collect the letters for Her Majesty the Queen. This letter must make you happy." Leah was a little confused when she heard that. What is it? Zenon quickly informed, "This is news from the commander of the rearguard." As soon as she heard this, the outer layer of the letter was torn apart by Leah. He smiled and reported the situation. The conquest of monsters is going very smoothly, and they will return a month earlier than expected. The rearguard has set off to return to Frieden Palace. However, His Majesty must stop at Malau Castle for diplomatic issues. Leah did not seem to hear Zenon and excitedly announced, "Millie, His Majesty will be back in 4 days." Millie was also surprised and exclaimed, "Oh my God." Leah quickly became crazy. "Oh no, just thinking about his face is enough to make me happy. Hurry up, prepare a rose petal bath and cucumber mask. My skin condition has been so bad lately. That is urgent." Zenon smiled and came closer to call, "Your Majesty." She realized that he was still standing here. I was just too happy so. Zenon immediately reminded, "His Majesty Miklock is coming back soon. Should not you start preparing for these 4 days? Leah was confused. "Prepare what?" Seeing Leah standing on the table talking, Millie quickly pulled her down. "Get down." Finally, Leah realized, a welcome party. She quickly ordered Millie, quickly call the chief butler here. Yes. Then Leah quickly gave more instructions. "The banquet will be held with the Queen's royal budget, but I need more funds to decorate the castle." Call the head chef too." Millie quickly ran off to do it. "Yes, Your Highness." Just thinking about the party made Leah very excited. "I will make this banquet the most magnificent party ever. The knights should also enjoy it." She suddenly realized, wait, the knights too. Leah turned back to call Duke Zenon. He smiled and replied, "Yes, Your Highness." Then she wanted to tell Zenon her idea. "It is a bit risky with only 4 days left, but would you like to hear a great idea? And hello, this is Millie. It has been 2 days since we started preparing for the banquet. Everyone is so busy that they do not even have time to nap. And the busiest person among us is the head chef." Millie was extremely excited after smelling the aroma. "Let us go see how he is doing and why is the head chef the busiest? Then we must go back 2 days ago." Millie was very surprised by the information. "Your Highness wants to invite the families of the knights." Leah affirmed that is right, family is very important to everyone. His Majesty and I are also a family now. These words really moved Zenon to tears. She began to dream of a bright future. "I saw Duke Zenon walking with his family the other day. He looked very happy. The knights must miss their families very much too. Moreover, most of the knights are commoners. Their families have never had the opportunity to set foot in Frieden Palace, so this is the perfect opportunity to invite them." Hearing this, Millie's eyes quickly lit up. "Oh, so the total number of knights is, that is right now. The head chef has to prepare food for thousands of people in just 4 days? That is a great idea, but because of that, everyone is busy day and night. But what can we do? We must try our best for the people who are about to return safely." Millie burst open the kitchen door and shouted, "Head chef, Millie is here to help." As soon as she arrived, she saw the head chef covered in wine and screamed. The head chef was taken to the sick room. Which worried, "Leah, Millie, what is wrong? Didn't we hire enough assistant chefs?" She quickly replied, "We did. But it seems the head chef does not trust them to do the work. After all, he is a perfectionist. Even lying on the bed, the head chef is still in the mood to work. Hand it to me, this, what do you call it, cooking? This really made her helpless. All right, I understand, Millie. Continue to help everyone finish the rest of the work. Yes. At this time, she looked at the head chef, then sat down next to him, worried about how to solve the situation. What should I do? There is less than a day left, and I can't find a new head chef now. While thinking, Leah remembered something. Suddenly, the necklace around Leah's neck lit up, which surprised her. Oh, the necklace. I got it in the alley. I have been wearing it all along because it makes me feel calm. But what is this warm feeling? When looking at the necklace, then she noticed the head chef. Then a feeling rose in her heart. Leah slowly touched the head chef. Suddenly, I feel like I can heal him. Immediately, a golden light shone out. The head chef also quickly opened his eyes with a high spirit. Then he jumped up excitedly. UWOA, I overslept. The head chef looked over confused. Your Highness, what are you doing here? Leah was asked, and startled, hesitating. I just... The head chef's eyes lit up and asked, Wait, what time is it now? As soon as he saw the time, the head chef panicked. No way, it is that late already. There are still too many things to prepare. Those guys must have messed up the dishes again, Your Highness. Please forgive me. Seeing the head chef running away, Leah wanted to stop him, but could not. Wait, but... Currently, she was the only one left in the room, looking blankly, then looking at her hand. Then she clenched her hands, remembering, just now. What did I do? Anyway, after so much difficulty, thanks to the joint efforts of everyone in the castle, and the contribution of the head chef, we prepared everything in just 4 days. The day the Freeton army returned. When the army arrived in front of the city gate, Millie excitedly pointed down. Your Highness, look, over there. That is the flag of the vanguard. At this time, a knight reported, Your Majesty, Freeton Castle can be seen. Hearing this, Miklock thought, I have returned. As the army marched back, the people kept cheering, His Majesty Miklock 10,000 years, Freeton 10,000 years. Your Majesty, please look over here. As soon as he returned, Miklock had an indescribable feeling rising in his heart. I have fought in countless battles and conquests since ascending the throne, but today's return brings a different feeling. Why is that? Suddenly, his eyes widened. When looking towards the castle, when seeing Leah's expectant eyes, he realized. That is right. Leah, because my queen is here. During that time, she jumped from above into Miklock's arms and called, Mick. She was very worried and kept asking with concern, Are you not injured anywhere? He affirmed, I am fine. Hearing this, Leah could not help but smile and exclaim, That is so lucky, I missed this face so much. These words made Miklock a little sad. So, she really only likes my face. But in the end, he did not care anymore. Oh well, that is good too. Miklock leaned into Leah's arms and said, I have protected my face very carefully. Hearing this, Leah could not help but praise, very good. The 2 knights in the back were shocked to see this scene. I never thought I would see His Majesty in this appearance. The castle looks different, it must be thanks to Her Highness. At this time, those 2 knights looked over. What is wrong? The knights immediately called out loudly, Dad. Hearing this, Miklock also quickly looked over. Then he saw the other knights reuniting with their relatives and loved ones. My dear, what are you doing here? Are you surprised? Are you not injured anywhere? Dad, carry me on your shoulders. Miklock was very surprised. They are. At this time, Leah quickly explained, well, this is not a normal ceremony, but I thought it would be good if the knights could also meet their families. Their families must have missed their children and husbands who went to battle. Then she looked at Miklock with worried eyes. Like this, is it okay? I invited all of them already. There is no way to take it back now. He did not blame her, but patted her head with gratitude. Thank you. This made Leah shyly request everyone, all right, everyone, take a clean bath and come to the banquet hall. William also looked over at this time. Then he noticed Ralph. Then he approached and asked, Ralph, are you looking for your family? Being asked like this startled him. Then he turned back and stammered. Well. Ralph quickly hid it and went ahead. No, never mind. They are over there. I will go first, Captain. At this time, he approached Millie and hesitantly called, Hey, Millie. But she was busy, so she refused. I am busy. Let us talk later. Hearing this, Ralph quickly agreed. Okay. William's mood instantly turned cold when he saw that scene. When the party started, Leah was eating when she heard the information and was startled. What? His Majesty has left the banquet hall already? Colin bowed and reported, Yes, while your Highness was checking the banquet, he told everyone to feel free and quietly left. She really could not understand. But the main course has not been served. Yet. Where is His Majesty now? He quickly replied. He is taking a bath. When Miklok arrived, he was immediately pulled away, so Leah realized in confusion that it was because of her. Ah, he has not taken a bath yet? Colin affirmed. Yes, it seems so. Leah started thinking for a moment, then casually made a request. Then take me there. This bold suggestion startled him. What? Colin really could not believe it. Your Highness, really, yes, this way. But Leah did not really think much about it. She just wanted to prepare food for Mick as soon as he finishes. At Miklok's room, Leah walked up and knocked on the door, then peeked inside. Then, suddenly, Miklok's voice rang out, startling her. So you are the one who sneaked in here quietly. She awkwardly wanted to explain, but Miklok turned to remind. Did you forget that I am not wearing anything? Being told, this made her stammer. This time I knocked on the door. I did not sneak a peek, like last time. Ah, no, wait, I did not sneak a peek last time either. He wondered. Last time. As soon as she saw Miklok's great body, Leah drooled but quickly turned away. Then quickly informed, the main course is about to be served. So hurry up and finish your bath. Suddenly, Miklok raised his hand. Come to think of it. Before, you had a scratch on your cheek. While saying this, he touched her cheek affectionately, which startled Leah. Miklok was really curious but did not know when it had disappeared. Even if she applied medicine, it would not heal that quickly. Leah remembered being curious at the time. Did that happen? Maybe, Miklok spoke up, by chance. You have some kind of ability, do not you? Being asked and touched like this startled Leah. Well, actually... Because of a slip, Leah fell hard into the water, but luckily Miklok caught her. He caressed Leah's face and quickly made an assessment, so... It seems you really possess a special power. Leah quickly denied that. No. At this time, Miklok suddenly stroked Leah's hair. You said the main course is about to be served. Which made Leah shy. He quickly became curious. Could it be, this is a dish prepared specifically for me? Miklok's words made Leah's face turn red. Yes. While they were happy, a loud noise rang out from outside, which startled Colin and made him scold. You rude thing, what do you think you are doing? The male servant tried to explain. I just wanted to bring in a towel. He still stopped him from entering. You can't come in. Now, this is a historical moment for the Freeton Empire. The noise outside shattered the atmosphere, which made Miklok extremely uncomfortable. Leah could only smile helplessly. Ha. At this time, she stood up and spoke formally. Unfortunately, the party I mentioned is for everyone. But if you promise to come to the party soon and enjoy it. After saying that, Leah suddenly turned back. Then she said shyly, I will save a special dessert just for you, Mick. These words quickly moved Miklok. He immediately replied, I will attend soon. In the banquet hall, everyone was very lively. Millie was serving water when Xenon came over to suggest, Millie, thank you for helping to prepare for the party. You should rest too. Hearing this made her happy. Oh, thank you very much. After being free, Millie left the banquet hall. Ralph followed. Calling her back, Millie. She turned around when called. Millie immediately recognized. Sir Ralph. He greeted shyly. Then Millie kept asking with concern, now that I think about it, we have not had a chance to talk before. Do you like this banquet? Ralph quickly replied. Yes, I think so. She felt it was a bit late, so she advised, the other knights and their families have already returned to their rooms. You should go back too, Sir Ralph. But he suddenly stopped her. Wait, Millie. Seeing that Ralph had something to say to her, Millie also lingered. What is wrong? He scratched his head shyly. I have this for you. Then he tremblingly said, thanks to the scarf you gave me for good luck, I was able to return safely, so I want to thank you. Ralph gave her a thank you gift. Here, do not refuse, please accept it. Millie also happily opened the gift to see what it was. Oh, what is this? He was also very thoughtful to give her this gift. It is a shawl. Freeton is much colder than where you used to live. After saying that, Ralph was a little embarrassed. If you do not like it. But Millie praised. It is so beautiful. I have never received a gift like this before. Immediately, Millie put on the scarf and asked, how does it look? Is it okay? This made Ralph's heart flutter again. Then he immediately praised, yes, it suits you very well. William was also hiding in the back, listening to the entire conversation. Suddenly Ralph called out again. Millie? He looked at the gift he had prepared in his hand, and felt a little ashamed I should go back. At this time, Ralph suggested, will you give me another scarf on the next expedition? William heard this question and bumped hard into the door. Then he fell to the ground, leaving both of them speechless. Both wondered and called, Sir William. Because he was too humiliated, he immediately ran away, which made Millie confused. Seeing him run away so quickly, made Millie also become rushed. Sir Ralph, thank you very much for the gift. I will use it. Well, I have urgent business to take care of, so I will go first. Suddenly, she had urgent business, which made Ralph even more confused. Seeing Millie run away, he wanted to stop her. Wait. Then he froze. Realizing that Millie asked about William's whereabouts at that time. By the way, do you know where Sir William is? Did he go out to do something? I do not see him around here. Ralph smiled shyly. I knew from the beginning that it was not for me. Right? Everything is over, huh? From the beginning, it was just a joke, but why? Ralph was currently very heartbroken, because he had just fallen in love. Damn it! Millie was chasing William, constantly calling, Sir William, Sir William. William, seeing her keep chasing him, made William embarrassed. Oh my God, why are you chasing me? Millie quickly explained. Well, you suddenly ran away, so that is why I am doing this. But when he noticed the scarf draped on her, his mood quickly fell, and he denied it. What, running away? It is just that I am a little tired, so I am returning to my room. Millie was now frustrated. Come on, both now and before the previous expedition. Sir William, every time I try to find you, I can't find you anywhere. William was a little surprised to hear that. Wait, before the expedition too? What do you mean before the expedition? She was asked so suddenly, so she hesitated. Well, Millie did not dare to look William straight in the face, and glanced away. It means, Then she began to explain. It is nothing special, it is just that you mentioned it before, Sir William, that in Fritan there is a custom of knitting scarves for good luck. And your safety also means that His Majesty will be safe, so I wanted to give you a scarf, but I did not see you at that time, so I gave it to Sir Ralph. After understanding everything, William immediately became ashamed. Is that so? Millie confirmed that. That is right, anyway. I am glad that you have returned safely. Seeing her expression made William's heart waver. But he was still very tongue-tied and said, Do you really think that a flimsy scarf is enough to keep you warm in the cold weather in Freeton? Hey, take this instead. After saying that, he threw something at Millie, which made her confused. What is it? As soon as she poured it out, she was really shocked. Wait, this is magic stone. Millie was so shocked that she did not want to accept it. No way, this is terribly expensive. Do not tell me that. William quickly denied it. What? No, it is not like that. She quickly concluded, You stole it from the royal treasury, did not you? He was about to say, it is from the treasury, huh? Wait. Hearing this, Millie ran away in fear. No way. I have to report you, Your Highness. But William quickly chased after her, trying to explain, Wait, stop. It is not what you think. A dark energy appeared in a room. That startled Xenon and made him shout, No, wait, what is this? Colin stood beside him and quickly signaled to lower his voice. Shh. He immediately reminded, If you think you can survive being caught in the middle, then go ahead. Xenon began to count. 100, 200, 300. This number shattered his glasses. Then he could not understand. I give up. How did everything turn out like this? Back to the present, Leah's complexion was very pale, and she pursed her lips, looking at Miklock sitting in the chair. The confrontation between the two surprised Xenon. Are those two really having a conflict? Back to 2 hours ago when the two were walking, Miklock could not help but exclaim, So many things have changed. Hearing this, Leah smiled shyly. I do not know if I am meddling in everything too much. Miklock did not think so. On the contrary, he was very satisfied. Not at all. As the Queen of Friton, frankly speaking, you have done what is necessary. That really reassured her somewhat. Then I am less worried. Actually, everything here is quite boring. It is hard to believe that this is a royal palace. Haha, I understand. You are busy with the expedition campaign, right? I will try my best to help you, so let us work hard together. While Leah was talking, Miklock paid attention to another point. So she quickly called back, Mick. He immediately came to his senses and replied, Yes, let us work hard together. Then Leah asked about something else. While we are at it, Mick, may I ask you who has been managing the palace's finances until now, because I am about to become your partner. So I need to know this too. He was asked, and became flustered. Finances, Then he turned away and replied, the minister manages most of it. Leah was quickly stunned. What? Finally, her eyes quickly became scary. So until now, you have always been doing everything yourself. Miklock still did not feel that he was wrong. Why not? And back to the present, Xenon observed with his broken glasses. Then he asked the question, are they still arguing? Colin also affirmed that. It seems they are still angry with each other. Miklock still tried to explain everything. I have tried my best, but important things outside can't be ignored. However, Leah still could not accept this. can't. Even if you can, it is not right. How can the ruler of a kingdom throw all of their responsibilities to the minister? Moreover, you definitely have to worry about the national defense budget first. But you are neglecting domestic issues, McLock tried to explain. Also mentioning the monster expedition. Management, and the threat of the Mayon tribe's invasion, the national defense budget is urgent, so I only trust the minister to be the expert to handle domestic affairs. Xenon on this side was frustrated, and felt hungry. I am so hungry, I wonder what we are eating for lunch. Colin was also waiting expectantly. Then, Leah quickly turned away, not accepting what McLock did. But no matter how professional he is, the minister can't handle everything himself. These words really moved Xenon to no end. Oh, Her Majesty the Queen. Then she could not help but conclude. It is hard to blame why you look so haggard. It is because of you, Mick. These words shocked Xenon. Then he cried, but was also comforted by Colin. He wanted to say something more. It is because... But Leah loudly interrupted. More importantly. She repeated once again. Your Majesty, because you are the ruler of Freeton, you are forced to look further into internal issues. Finally, Miclock had to admit his mistake. Yes, failing to look further into the palace is my fault, that is for sure. So from now on, now that I have the Queen by my side, why do not we handle it together? The suggestion along with that handsome face made Leah waver. Finally, she shyly turned away. Precisely, that is what I was trying to say. Leah urged herself. I can't look at that charming face. Seeing the two reconcile like this made Xenon so angry that he wanted to rush up, but Colin was beside him and stopped him. Please calm down. At this time, Miclock sat down. Then he called wait. Leah also turned back, wondering, what is wrong? Then he began to read the report. Heated stones are allowed for parties. They all come from the Northern Palace, right? Leah affirmed. Ah, that is right. Then she smiled and explained. Heated stones are only usable for about 3 or 4 years. It is a bit wasteful to use them only for parties. At this time, Miclock was really confused. Why did you do that? Leah still did not understand anything. What do you mean? Miclock quickly informed. The heated stones stored in the Northern Palace are all for you. I do not remember telling you to take them and use them. Although she was a little touched, Leah still rebutted. But even if they do not mean anything to me, I should be the only one to decide how to use them, right? I thought that, because heated stones are not very common, it would be best to keep one. Miclock said, there is no need. Leah still did not understand anything. Why, he quickly and eloquently said, whether it is heated stones or the budget, Freeton is strong enough not to have to worry about such trivial matters. Which means there is no need to cut spending. When it comes to spending on the Queen, if you have seen the financial records, you should already know. If that is a habit, it must be corrected. Leah could not understand at all. A habit? Then Miclock showed his understanding of Leah's personality. There is no need to hide it, Leah. I know how frugal you are. Before that, she had requested Colin you get rid of most of the heated stones while I am not here, right? He also did as she said yes, according to the Queen's orders. I kept what was needed to maintain a certain temperature, and returned most of the royal treasures. Miclock said again. The stones with warming energy were also cut off, along with the things needed to maintain a certain temperature. Especially, I can tell that just from your room at the Marquis's mansion. It is not that it is a bad habit, but as the Queen of Freeton, you do not have to do that anymore. During this time, you must show all the honors to befit a queen. Hearing this, Leah suddenly spoke up. I did not realize that I have that kind of habit. Saying this, Leah could not help but tear up. Seeing this scene, he quickly got up, but Leah said, if I have lived in such dire conditions, then I think it is natural that I have habits that are not suitable for a queen. Miclock quickly denied. Leah, that is not what I meant. But Leah still did not listen. Your Majesty is right. As the Queen of Freeton, I have habits that need to be corrected. I am very tired. I am going inside to rest first. Saying this, Leah quickly left, ignoring Miclock. Seeing her leave like that with tears in her eyes, he put on a blank expression. Then Xenon came over and called. Your Majesty. He asked, should I report what you instructed before you left? Miclock remembered what Xenon wanted to say. At that time, he had asked, it is the matter that we have done over the years, so the palace's problems should be easily operated during the expedition, right? He admitted, of course, however, now that Her Majesty the Queen is here, at least give her the authority within the inner palace, right? Finally, Leah made a decision. I understand. While I am not here, I want you to support the Queen as much as possible. Xenon was shocked in his heart, but still obeyed, yes, Your Majesty. Then he turned away. And if there is anything I need to confirm. At that time, Miclock had asked Leah directly, have you ever been treated unfairly? If so, please tell me. Now she is Leah Freeton, secretly looking into the past of the Queen. Miclock could not help but feel frustrated after hearing this. So it is true. Okay, do it. Seeing Xenon not doing as he said, Miklock turned back, wondering, what is wrong? Xenon did not say much, but reported, it seems that Her Majesty the Queen really had to endure discriminatory treatment at the Uskal Marquis mansion. The Queen's mother passed away since her childhood. Not long after, Marquise Uskal adopted her. The exact reason for the adoption decision is still unknown, but it seems that she has been the subject of contempt and oppression many times since then. This marriage, too, is the result of a behind-the-scenes deal between Marquis Uskal and His Majesty, the Emperor of their country. Miklock recalled Leah's tearful face at that time. I have habits like that. If I have lived in such difficult conditions, then I think it is natural that I have habits that are not suitable for a queen. At this time, he realized how excessive he had acted at that time. Damn it, saying that was really stupid. Suddenly, Miklock noticed something. Unexpectedly, the plan was all of Leah's scribbled drawings of him. Miklock picked up a plan, then suddenly got up. Running out of the room, he ran so fast that he broke out in a sweat, but suddenly stopped. Standing in front of Leah's room, Miklock became hesitant again. I do not know, how should I talk to her now? What if she gets angrier? But when he thought of Leah's face always bright and smiling calling Your Majesty, it seemed to give him courage. Finally, Miklock opened the door and asked, Leah, are you asleep? If you are asleep, then I apologize, but if I do not say it now, then I do not think I will have. While speaking, Miklock became blank. When Leah was lying on the bed, some blood appeared. Seeing her wrist full of blood made Miklock shocked and called, Leah. Standing in front of Leah, he could not express his feelings at this time. What is this? Just as he was about to step forward to hug her, his foot hit a wine bottle on the ground. Leah. Finally, Miklock realized, a wine bottle? Leah was lying on the bed, so drunk that she was not conscious, constantly talking in her sleep, Mick, I hate you. Knowing that what was on Leah was alcohol, he breathed a sigh of relief. Then he knelt down beside her, touching her hair and calling, Leah. Leah seemed to feel the call and the touch, so she drowsily opened her eyes. As soon as she saw his handsome face, she called confusedly, Mick. Leah involuntarily sat up. Mick. Then in confusion, why is Mick here? Why is Mick here? I told you that I was sleeping. If you keep appearing like this. Not wanting her to move anymore, Miklock grabbed Leah's wrist and called, Leah. Then his voice immediately became affectionate. I came because I have something to say to you. He began to explain. I do not know what kind of person you are, what your childhood was like, or what you like the most, or even whether your habits are unconscious, or for what reason. I never wanted to offend you, Leah was currently very moved by those words. Miklock continued to express, I do not want you to feel uncomfortable. I am sorry. Leah saw this expression on his face. Then she reached out and touched his face, admitting, Mick, I know. Then Leah also honestly told him, actually, my childhood was not very fulfilling. Well, I know this sounds contradictory, because I am the daughter of the Marquise. And, do not you already know what I like the most? As soon as she finished speaking, Leah took the initiative to kiss Miklock on the forehead. Then she admitted, your face. Then she started teasing again. And my habits, That made him embarrassed. That. Then he begged, I am sorry, please forget it. Leah did not seem to care much. Whatever, I do not want to torment myself anymore. Saying this, she declared, because I am Leah Freeton. But you must also respect me, okay? Let me remind you, I am Leah Freeton. Miklock immediately listened. Okay, I understand. From now on, I will. Before he could finish speaking, she pounced into his arms. Hooray! Miklock hugged her tightly to protect her, but was still worried. Leah, are you okay? Suddenly, she did not say anything anymore and took a sigh of relief. Then, she begged in a whiny voice. Mick, enough with the complicated things. Drink with me. Seeing that Miklock did not accept, made Leah frustrated. It is no fun. Suddenly, Miklock's face turned red. Then he mentioned, so about the snacks. Leah looked over confused. Then he did not hesitate to repeat, what about the cake you mentioned earlier? At the victory celebration, before leaving the bathroom, Leah had said, I will save some just for you, Mick. Remembering the words she said at that time, also made Leah shy. Then she quickly jumped into bed as if nothing had happened. I am so dizzy. I am going to sleep. Good night, Mick. Seeing this, Miklock smiled and came up with an idea. Then he jumped right into bed, pressed down on Leah, and teased. Like someone said, I am not interesting at all. I need to get what you promised. Seeing this expression of his made Leah hesitate. That. On the other side, William appeared, wondering, I heard you were looking for me. Xenon quickly informed, there is news from the defense force in the northern Kalen area. Hearing this, he was a little startled. The Kalen area? What do you mean? That is the area closest to the Wind Canyon, where many black dragons reside. Xenon admitted what William was thinking. Yes, a few days ago a large fire broke out and completely destroyed a village. It seems that this is the work of a black dragon. Hearing this, he could not believe it. But this is not their active season. They should not start until at least another month. He also admitted that is exactly the strange point. But there was a witness. William was startled. A witness? At this time, he recounted the details. A boy snuck out to the hill late at night, without his parents knowing, and luckily escaped. According to the boy, the sky suddenly turned red, and when the boy looked down at the village, a huge monster was spewing fire, engulfing the village in flames. That creature has a black body, with huge wings. That beast has a long tail that looks like a saw. Hearing this description, William was sure it was a black dragon. Xenon leaned on the table and began to make an assessment. The extent of the damage is also worth mentioning. If this was a normal season for them, they would not have stopped at just one village. It seems they attacked recklessly, while in an abnormal state. Hearing this, William still had a question he could not understand. But why, suddenly, he became somber and spoke up. More importantly, is not there another problem that needs to be solved? Suddenly, Xenon adjusted his glasses. Seeing this, William was also blank. Then, the atmosphere of both became silent. He broke out in a cold sweat, not wanting to go to Miklock to report. Why do not you report to His Majesty yourself? Xenon did not accept that. Absurd, you, as my close aide, should report that. But William smiled wryly and gave a reason. I am only making that suggestion because you have already received the letter and report. This will ensure clearer transmission of information. Right now, although he said that, he was very panicked in his heart. His Majesty is in a peaceful state after the storm, simply put, is in a sweet emotional phase. Xenon also smiled wryly and gave a reason. Ah, the letter and report. I will leave it to you. We may have to set off immediately, so it is more reasonable to let you be in charge of the discussions. If I interfere and report on the deployment of troops now, both said in unison, then the only ending will be death. Miklock was sleeping when the light shone in, waking him up. Suddenly, a trembling voice called out from outside, Your Majesty, I have an urgent matter to report. He asked back, What is it? After that, he also heard the whole situation. So the black dragons have started moving earlier than usual and attacked a village in the Kalen region, and you're saying this may not be the end. William stammered. Yes, that is right. Suddenly, Miklock slammed his hand on the table, which terrified both him and Xenon. He was very frustrated and sighed. Ha! Then reminded, Be more careful, will you? These words made William's little heart flutter. Miklock also thought about this situation. Black dragons, huh? Black dragons reside in the Wind Canyon, which is far away in the north of Freeton. The strongest beasts when the temperature drops below -40 degrees Celsius. If they develop completely in the harsh cold, then for about 2 months they will not be affected by the temperature, making it extremely difficult to deal with them. During that time, even the mighty army of Freeton must tremble before their ferocity. So if we do not block the entrance to the Wind Canyon, the ferocious dark dragons will pour down to the south, cross Freeton, and devastate all the way to the Haroon Empire. Thinking of this, he was a little confused. But currently, the temperature has not dropped below -20 degrees Celsius yet. There is no way they could have fully developed. But still, they crawled out and attacked a village. That means there is another reason behind this, right? After that, William added, after burning the village, they seem to be looking for something. Miklock paused after hearing this. Then wondered, looking for something, he affirmed. That is right. Even the way it moved was unusual. If we do not stop it now, not only will there be casualties, but it could also cause diplomatic problems. Hearing this, Miklock kept tapping on the table, deep in thought. This made him pay attention. That is right, Freeton built its foundation quickly, by receiving tribute from other continents, in exchange for controlling the black dragons. Finally, Miklock clenched his hand and made a decision. Then asked, How many spears and arrows made of yellow pine wood are currently in the warehouse? William quickly informed. We still have enough reserves. Hearing this, he happily exclaimed, Is that so? That is great. Immediately, Miklock gave the order, Will, prepare the first night squad. They have just completed the destruction of the demons, so check their condition and select those who are strong enough to go into battle. William quickly received the order, Yes, Your Majesty. When will we depart? He heard this. Then he quickly gave the time. Tonight, I will personally lead this mission. William could not help but be surprised after hearing this. He bowed and received the order. Understood. I will follow the instructions. On Leah's side, she was putting on makeup. The maid combed her hair and asked for her opinion. Do you want to put your hair up or leave it down? Leah quickly chose, Leave it down. After finishing Leah's makeup, the maid praised, Your Highness, your fair skin stands out so beautifully. You look so charming like that. This praise made Leah shy, but still very grateful. Thank you. Before that, William had run to call Leah, Your Highness. William, seeing him appear, made her confused. What just happened? His Majesty left in a hurry. William frowned and stammered. Seeing that expression made Leah panic. William. After knowing that Mick was about to leave again, Leah seemed very sad. Mick only returned to the palace 4 days ago. She clenched her dress, not understanding, why is this happening? Suddenly, Millie appeared and called, Your Highness, Millie. She handed a handkerchief to Leah and urged, Hurry up, you should go now. Seeing the handkerchief in her hand, she was startled and realized, this is... Millie quickly reminded, You must give His Majesty a handkerchief to wish him a safe return. Hearing this, Leah could not help but clench the handkerchief, hoping... That afternoon, when the army was about to set off, Leah quickly appeared to see them off. She looked down from above. Mick seemed to have noticed her appearance. So he quickly approached. Leah. She was really very sad, Mick. Seeing that expression of Leah, Mick could not help but come closer and praise. You look beautiful. Are you going to stop me from leaving again today? She quickly denied it. I know, I can't. Leah could not help but hug Mick tightly, making his heart flutter with an indescribable feeling. Ah! Mick was about to say something, Leah, but she let go and said, Done. Leah smiled happily and instructed, Wear this scarf, and you are not allowed to get hurt with the scarf, okay? At this time, he was stunned and realized, Huh. Then he was shocked, and asked again, You are really telling me to just go like this and return safely? Leah affirmed, Of course. Ralph saw the two being so affectionate and was very happy. Suddenly, a voice rang out from behind, Sir Ralph. He thought it was Millie calling, so he turned around, Millie. But unexpectedly, it was a man with passionate feelings, hoping, You must accept this scarf. The brown-haired knight could not help but burst out laughing and teased, Look at his face, he must be looking forward to it. The man continued to say, I have always been waiting for a man like you. These two kept teasing, which made Ralph shy. When was I like that? When he looked over, he saw Millie giving a scarf to William, making Ralph's mood drop. Then he turned away, not wanting to look anymore. Damn it! Seeing Ralph leave, made the brown-haired knight worried. What should we do now? The person next to him quickly blamed. Hey, it is all because of you. Leah looked down from above at the knights leaving, looking at the group, gradually moving away, which made Leah remember the day when everyone came back. Those images made Leah feel a slight sadness. Leah was really worried and said to Millie, It is strange. Last time, I was not so worried. Why does this conquest feel so uneasy? Millie quickly told her the answer. It is probably because your feelings have become deeper. When leaving the city, William did not forget to remind, Your Majesty, your scarf. But Mick did not take off the scarf, but shouted, Silence! She was really saddened. My feelings have become more intense. The next day, when Leah was reading documents, someone informed her, Your Highness, you have a guest. Hearing this, Leah was surprised. A guest. Robbie had arrived in front of the Fritten Palace. He looked up with expectant eyes. Leah. As soon as they met, Robbie could not help but hug her tightly. Leah. Seeing him here also made Leah happy, Robbie, but at this time, she noticed Colin's discomfort. So she quickly separated with a forced smile. I am glad you came, Robbie. You must be tired. Come inside quickly. Seeing the distance in Leah's actions made Robbie sad. Then he could only force a smile and rub his head. After sitting down, Leah immediately asked with concern about Robbie's father, Is Count Stone still okay? He quickly replied, he was planning to leave the capital to return to the territory, but now he is back to suck up to His Majesty. Hearing this made her laugh. As expected, Count Stone, an ambitious person. At this time, Leah took a sip of tea and wondered, Have I been thinking too much? It is normal for a childhood friend to visit without a reason. I am really overthinking everything. Then Leah spoke up again, so then, seeing that she wanted to say something, Robbie was confused. She could not help but ask about the Marquis situation. Is the Uskal Marquis's territory still okay? After saying this, Leah realized that she had asked too much. Of course it is. Okay, I just suddenly became curious, that is all. Robbie became hesitant. Seeing him speak hesitantly like this made Leah curious. What is wrong? Robbie informed the current situation of the Marquis's territory. Actually, Haley has become a concubine of the king in your place. Leah was shocked after hearing this. What? She could not help but grit her teeth uncomfortably and cursed inwardly. That damn Marquis, even if he is blinded by money, he can't offer his own daughter. Leah clenched her fist. Haley. She remembered being bullied by Haley in the past. At that time, she slapped her straight in the face and scolded. Ugh, you are so annoying. Then she demanded, Hey, how many times do I have to say it? Do not block my way. Leah looked up at this time. Then she was ridiculed by Haley, acting like you belong here, you fake. Finally, Leah seemed to be completely disappointed in the Marquis family. Haley, you are their real daughter. She was really worried for Haley. Can that arrogant girl survive in the royal palace? Although this feeling is not pleasant, there is nothing I can do. Leah did not want to think about that anymore, so she stood up suddenly and exclaimed, Ugh, I suddenly lost interest. She quickly suggested, Let us go do something fun. There is a place I want to show you. Robbie was a little surprised to hear that. A place. Leah smiled affirmatively and invited, let us go. As soon as they arrived at the library, Robbie was overwhelmed. Wow, that is great. There are so many books that I have never seen before. Leah was very satisfied to see this expression of his. Right, that is why I almost lived here for a while. Then Leah took out some books and introduced them to Robbie. Look, Robbie. They even have the books that we studied with Professor Pallet. His eyes lit up and he affirmed, Oh, you are right. Suddenly, Leah remembered Professor Pallet's handsome face. Looking at these things reminds me of the time we studied in his class. At this time, Robbie remembered, speaking of that, I actually ran into Professor Pallet last month. Leah was curious after hearing this. Really, how is he? He quickly updated. He retired and is living a simple life in a nearby rural area. I brought him some things. But he only accepted food, nothing else. She could not help but laugh and exclaim after hearing this. Sounds like him, well that is one of his charms. At this time, Robbie wondered. Leah, by the way, where is the King of Freton? I should pay my respects to him too. Leah hesitated after hearing this. Mick. Just hearing Leah's way of addressing him made his jaw drop. You call him by name. Leah saw that Robbie was too surprised, so she stopped him. Wait. Then he realized something. Wait. Then Robbie said as if questioning, Did he go on a conquest, leaving you here alone? Leah worriedly affirmed. She was now contemplating. Maybe I should not mention that it is because of the black dragons. After thinking, Leah turned to understand for Miklok. Well, he is busy, so there is no other way. But Robbie did not accept that, even so. He began to contemplate leaving Leah alone in a foreign country just to continue pursuing battles. The rumors must be true. He really is a warmonger. So Leah has to stay in Freton because she is very afraid of him. Thinking of this, his mood quickly dropped. Leah also noticed that detail. So Robbie really does not like Mick. Huh. Well, considering their first meeting. Suddenly, she clenched her fist and decided, Okay, let us go. While here, I will show Robbie all the good sides of Mick. Robbie decided something else. I must help Leah escape from him. And coming to round 1. As soon as the two sat at the table, Robbie began to ask, Leah, His Majesty is often away like this. You must always eat alone, right? Hearing this, Leah ate while answering, yes, kind of like that. Mick is often out doing subjugation. Hearing this, Robbie became more and more affirmed. That is right. Leah must be very lonely here. But then she added, But whenever Mick is at the palace, we always eat together. Robbie paused after hearing this. Is that so? So the attack failed. At this time, Leah ate while telling him about Miklok's good points. And Mick's favorite dish is steak with asparagus. But he absolutely refuses to eat cucumbers. Just like you, Robbie. Those words made Robbie really helpless. Really? She became happy with the thought. They have something in common, so maybe Robbie will feel closer. And Robbie lost round 1. Continuing to round 2. As soon as they went outside, Robbie trembled. Freton is too cold. How can people live here? Leah was a little surprised to hear that. Robbie, are you cold? Then he became flustered. I guess so. Freton is indeed quite cold. Seeing Leah's expression like this made Robbie think he was about to win. That is right. Leah, let us leave this cold place and go back south together. But as soon as they entered, a rush of hot air came, which made him blank. Leah excitedly said, But look, Robbie, the greenhouse is super warm. And these yellow roses, Mick planted them all for me. Is not he? Very sweet. Robbie did not seem to be able to answer. Is that so? Is that so? Then Leah added, Right, I plucked some because they reminded me of you. And Robbie lost round 2. Next, coming to round 3. Robbie reassured himself, Okay, calm down. Leah probably won't honestly say that she wants to escape, so. He started talking. But Leah, recently I have been putting cucumbers on my face when I go to sleep. Leah was a little surprised to hear this. Oh, really? Then Robbie began to attack with his appearance. How do I look? Do I look any better than before? He was excited that Leah's weakness was handsome guy, so if he became more attractive, she might follow him. Hearing this, Leah quickly jumped up, wanting to see, let me see. But when she got closer, Robbie became shy. Both were staring at each other. After a while, Leah quickly praised, Wow, haha, your skin is so smooth, I should do this for Mick too. These words really completely petrified Robbie. He froze completely and exclaimed, Great! Leah was still single-mindedly loyal to Miklok's beauty. If Mick becomes even more handsome, then Robbie will also like him. And so, Robbie Stone completely lost. The two played from morning to afternoon. Then Leah wondered, by the way, in Freeton, there is a black horse named Bloodstorm, right? Ah, right, Bloodstorm is Mick's horse anyway, that horse. While walking, Robbie suddenly paused. Then reminded, Leah, that is enough. She turned back confused. Huh. She immediately came closer with concern. What do you mean at this time? Robbie said. Do you know what everything you have told me since coming here is about? It is all about the King of Freeton. Leah wanted to explain. I just thought that you and Mick... But Robbie did not care about that. I do not care about your husband's eating preferences or how great he is. Seeing that he was about to turn away, Leah quickly stopped him. Robbie. But he did not want to listen anymore and decided, I am going back to my room. If you need anything. Before Robbie could leave, Leah quickly stopped him. Robbie, wait. Then Leah said, don't tell me that. Could it be that you... Robbie thought Leah realized something, so he was very worried. Damn it, did she realize? Of course I have been too obvious. He was about to admit, yes, the truth is. But unexpectedly, Leah blurted out, I know, you want to get closer to Mick. These words completely stunned Robbie. Huh. Seeing that she was misunderstanding too deeply, he wanted to stop her. Wait, Leah, what are you talking about? But Leah did not listen at all, and kept indulging in her own thoughts. No, I understand, you must want to ask him yourself, but I told you about Mick first. You must be uncomfortable. Friends should get to know each other naturally. But I was so ignorant. Reasonable, he is your best friend's husband. Robbie trembled in anger. It is not like that. But Leah kept rambling. So you are still thinking about how everything ended that day and decided you want to befriend him this time, right? You wanted to say, I said, it is not like that. But before he could say anything, Leah grabbed Robbie's face and affirmed. Don't worry, Robbie. She affirmed one thing. When Mick comes back, I will talk to him seriously. Robbie was embarrassed. Wait, this is too close. Leah kept rambling unnecessary things about how you are such a kind and wonderful friend and how happy I was in Haroon, all thanks to my only friend. Hearing these words made him feel familiar. Then she continued, once Mick realizes what a wonderful friend you are, he will definitely like you, or you two can become friends and spend time together with cucumber slices on your faces, okay? He shook Leah's hand away from his face. You? Then he cried out, let me go. Robbie was really heartbroken. She really does not understand my feelings at all. Seeing Robbie's mood in a mess made Leah still unable to understand. Robbie is still uncomfortable after all. At this time, she glanced over, then said, Robbie, if you want to go back to rest, I won't stop you, but before that, please come to my study. Being suddenly invited to the study surprised him. What? Your study? Why? Leah did not say anything, but smiled brightly. When arriving at the study, Leah kept searching. Where did I put it? Robbie was idle while Leah was looking for something, so he observed, so this is Leah's study. She certainly seems to be doing better here than when she was at the Marquis's mansion. That means all the praises that she gave to the King of Freeton before are really sincere. If that is the case, then I... While thinking, Leah's voice interrupted. Found it. Robbie could not understand. What are you looking for anyway? At this time, Leah took out a brooch. I was going to... He took the brooch, a little puzzled. A brooch, Leah explained. I was planning to send it with a letter, but when I heard you were coming, I thought it would be better to give it to you in person. It is not too expensive, but I spent most of my slush fund on it. These words really moved Robbie. Then Leah quickly requested, but do not tell anyone that I still have a slush fund, okay? Robbie had taken the brooch, but there was still something he had not received. So where's the letter? Leah was taken aback by his question. Huh. Robbie did not forget to repeat. You said you were going to send it with a letter. Where's the letter? At this, she turned away with a pale face. Ah, that letter, she thought. If I say I forgot to write it, he will definitely sulk again. Then, she stammered, Oh, I did write a letter, but I think I lost it. I will write another one and send it later, I promise. This quickly stirred up Robbie's animosity. I knew it. That King Freeton must have stopped it. He has never liked us being so close like this from the start. It is too obvious. Seeing that he was in a bad mood, Leah was flustered. You do not like it, Robbie quickly denied it. Huh. No, I mean, I like it. Having said that, he immediately pinned it onto his clothes. Then he smiled and asked Leah, So how does it look? As soon as she looked, she immediately praised. It suits you very well. After that, Leah continued to flatter him. The pin is really like an accent. It makes your whole face light up. These words made Robbie feel like he was drowning in honey. After appeasing Robbie, Leah then wondered, So you are not angry anymore, are you? He was taken aback by the question, huh? Then he finally remembered. Ah, right, I was just angry, huh? Leah stammered to explain. As I said, when Mick gets back, I will talk to him. But Robbie quickly refused. No, there is no need. This made her sad. Oh, really? After talking about her matters, Leah then waved her hand and requested, "Then let us talk about you. You come here." Robbie was surprised me. When Robbie came closer and sat down next to her, Leah quickly said, "You said I only talk about myself, so how have you been lately? Still stuck in the library?" He quickly replied, "Me? Not really. I have been going there less lately." Leah was a little surprised to hear this. "What? But we used to go there all the time." Robbie revealed, "Well, it is just not as fun as it used to be." Leah worried, still avoiding social gatherings. No young lady caught your eye. But when she looked at Leah, Robbie felt uncomfortable. "Leah, do you realize? My life has been really dry lately." Hearing that question, he quickly revealed, "Young ladies, I do not have anyone." Seeing Robbie being so bored, Leah immediately advised, "Oh, come on, that is so boring." Robbie pondered, "When you left, I really understood that." Leah immediately turned pale. "Aren't your standards too high? Isn't there anyone who catches your attention? You are worse than me, even the little things make me happy." He then admitted without any objection, "Well, I guess my standards are a bit high, because I have you by my side." As the sky gradually darkened, Robbie walked down the hallway, and automatically paid attention to his own appearance. Then, he remembered Leah's praise. "Really, it suits you very well. You are really handsome." But it was all Robbie's imagination. Robbie started to wonder, "So yellow suits me." Then he hesitated. Maybe I should change my style with Leah. Just as he was about to return to his room, Robbie saw Millie. He quickly called out, "Millie." As soon as she saw him, Millie immediately greeted, "Ah, young master, good evening." Robbie approached and inquired, "I have been a bit busy lately, so I have not been able to greet you properly, are you?" "Well," Millie affirmed, "yes, of course. But it is so late. Why are not you asleep yet?" He honestly revealed, "Actually I was looking for you." Knowing that Robbie was looking for her, she could not understand me. Then Robbie became hesitant, wanting to know, "Can you tell me the truth about Leah? Is King Friton threatening her?" Millie did not understand what Robbie was trying to say. "Threatening," he started to improvise. "Yes, threatening." Leah spent the whole day praising King Friton. His face must be her type. Even so, King Friton is a tyrant and a warmonger. There is no way Leah would like a forced marriage with someone like that. Suddenly hearing this, Millie could not help but laugh. Then she exclaimed, "So the queen was just praising his majesty? That is so cute." Seeing Millie's actions being too incomprehensible made Robbie worried, and he called out, "Millie." At this she quickly revealed, "But it makes sense. King Miklock looks at the queen as if she is the most precious thing in the world." The love between a talented man and a beautiful woman. Robbie still did not understand what Millie started to add. Before he went to battle, the two of them were almost inseparable, not wanting to be apart for even a minute. The more he heard, the more panicked he became. "Wait, are you saying they shared a bed?" She affirmed this and added, "Of course, for 3 days, they did not leave the bedroom." These words really shocked Robbie. He tried to calm himself. "No way, that man must have forced Leah." Millie hurriedly denied, "No, young master, you may not see it, but they are really in love. His Majesty treats the queen very well. Even those around us can't help but feel warm-hearted." The more he heard, the more Robbie seemed unable to endure it, and he stopped her. "Stop!" But she did not listen and continued to say, "Sometimes, just looking at them makes my heart beat faster." Seeing that she did not listen and kept talking made Robbie uncomfortable, and he shouted loudly, "Stop it!" Seeing Robbie's fierce reaction just now made Millie worried. "Young master." He seemed unwilling to listen anymore and turned away. "Millie, I am tired. I am going back first." Hearing this, she could only see him off. Yes, please be careful, young master." Seeing Robbie leave made Millie unable to understand. Why did he suddenly act like that? Robbie walked down the hallway, determined not to believe. No way Leah is in love with that bastard. No way. That is for sure. At this, Robbie remembered himself as a child. As soon as he stepped into the garden, he discovered, here it is. When he crawled into the bushes, he was puzzled. How did the ball roll all the way here? But at this, Robbie looked down and immediately discovered Leah, startled. Then he actively made friends. "What is your name?" Seeing that Leah did not answer, Robbie sat next to her and observed. "Is she shy? She has not said a word. Judging by her clothes, she seems to be a noble, but who is she? I have been scolded by my father all the time for memorizing families, so how could there be a noble young lady that I do not know? Her hair color is really unique. She is really beautiful too." When Leah looked over with teary eyes, it made Robbie shy and turn away. Oops. At that time, he was really shy with the girl he had just met. Back in the present, when Robbie looked at the pin in his hand, he remembered Millie's affirmations. They are really in love. Robbie kept asking himself, "Leah, that is not true, is it?" The next morning, Millie kept asking, "Your Majesty the Queen, what about this necklace? Leah did not know how to choose either. I am not sure either. Millie was really envious. His Majesty gave you so much jewelry and clothing before going to battle. Even coordinating the outfits is troublesome enough. Leah smiled, feeling like it was true. And then Millie decided, okay, then let us try something else. Then she started to get creative. Maybe purple would suit you, Your Majesty, or should we choose something bold and eye-catching? Leah was also very thoughtful. Then she quickly refused, forget it. I will choose a simple necklace. But at this moment Colin rushed in and called out loudly, Your Majesty the Queen. Seeing him so flustered made Leah confused. Colin, what is wrong? Colin would not barge in without knocking. At this, Colin urgently came in to announce, Your Majesty, the Queen, the delegation from the Kingdom of Malao has arrived. Hearing this, Leah realized, oh, now that he mentions it, that is right, the chief did say that the delegation from the Kingdom of Malao would arrive. Leah calmly replied, They are here earlier than expected. Is there a reason? He immediately revealed. The chief has checked the tributes according to procedure and verified the receipt. But the princess, the representative of the delegation, suddenly requested to meet His Majesty. So now that His Majesty is not here, what should we do? Before that, Shane smiled and made a request. In that case, could you arrange a room for me? We will have to stay in the Fritten Palace until His Majesty returns. Then she tried to show off her charm. I came to present the treasures of Malao that His Majesty left behind when he was in Malao. Anyway, I have to come back to return it. And if possible, please give me a room close to His Majesty's room. So the chief asked me to quickly invite the Queen to the reception room. Leah quickly interrupted and called out, Millie. Then, feeling competitive, she said, This seems a little too simple. Millie also felt the same way. Yes, so which one should we choose? Leah reluctantly ordered, I think. Bring me the most gorgeous one. Shane on this side was leisurely, relaxedly enjoying tea. Then she curled her lips and looked down on them. Fritten does not seem that special, huh? The chief, who seemed flustered, just because of one sentence, immediately called the Queen. At that time Zenon was very hesitant. The treasures of Malao. Could it be? Hurry up, quickly invite the Queen over. Shane showed a disdainful attitude. It is no exaggeration, but it must be because the Queen is also hasty, just like him, that the chief is acting like this. As soon as the thought ended, there was an announcement. Her Majesty the Queen has arrived. Shane at this time looked over and was taken by surprise. What is going on? Leah at this time looked so beautiful that Shane could not resist. She is even more beautiful than me after transforming. At this time, she looked up and saw Shane stand up, she thought. So this is the reason why King Frutan did not fall for me back then. No, but maybe she only has her looks. Thinking of this, Shane quickly smiled and greeted. Then, may I present myself to Her Majesty the Queen? Leah also came forward to welcome Princess Shane. Currently, King Miklak is absent, so I came to welcome the princess in his place. She also understood this. Yes, I heard about that, so I want to stay in for 10 until he returns. But when she heard this, she covered her mouth and laughed insincerely. I heard that the purpose of the Malao delegation's visit is to present tributes, but it seems like you have other purposes as well, huh? Shane was not to be outdone and retorted. Because the farewell in Malao was too sudden, so I thought I could take this opportunity to chat. What we served him that night was quite rare. It was myself who wanted to meet him again. To serve that again, Shane was very smug and complacent. You know I am more beautiful than you, right? Hearing this, Leah just smiled brightly and retorted, I understand. Shane was extremely excited. How is it? My super beautiful melting smile. Right. At this time, Leah suddenly spoke, but in Malao, it seems that guests are sometimes given things they never asked for, huh? These words made her uncomfortable. Then, she did not hold back anymore and shouted loudly, Never asked for. Whether he wants it or not, I will ask His Majesty directly. Leah was also a little curious. Is it really necessary to ask directly? If the service that the princess mentioned is really as rare and wonderful as you said, Princess Shane. Suddenly, Leah came closer and put her hand on Shane's shoulder. Then she whispered, Then why did my husband rush into my arms so eagerly? These words made her freeze. Her whole body trembled, and she could not refute. Leah quickly ordered, Please escort the delegation to the private rooms in the South Palace and make sure they are comfortable during their stay. Zenon quickly obeyed. Yes, Your Majesty. Then Leah did not forget to add, If they are so eager to meet His Majesty, then I should also arrange an audience for them. Finally, Leah turned back to remind, by the way, His Majesty has gone to war, so it is unclear when he will return. Please stay as long as you like. She looked at Shane's annoyed appearance and began to wonder, so she was with Mick before he even met me. But when Leah remembered the scene of the two of them holding hands and hugging affectionately, then remembered the eyes full of love, she became uncomfortable. Then please rest comfortably. Leah refused to believe. No way that would happen. When she arrived at the room, Shane was very angry and threw all the things away. Then she kept scolding. So annoying, she is so lucky, she is noble, and she is the queen. Jolman quickly stopped her. Please calm down, Princess Shane. But she did not seem to be able to calm down. How can I calm down? He wondered, could it be that you have really fallen for the King of Friton? Shane gasped in surprise when she heard this question. What? Then she madly cursed. Are you crazy? I would like a man who does not even recognize my beauty. I am just annoyed because I am losing to that queen's face. Jolman was also very helpless after hearing this. I knew it. Suddenly Shane shouted loudly, Answer me, Jolman. He was confused. What are you saying? She suddenly grabbed Jolman's collar. Then seriously asked, Her, or me, who is more beautiful? He seemed to have succumbed to her and stammered, Yes. Then shyly affirmed, Of course it is your highness who is more beautiful. Shane quickly retorted, You just hesitated, you just paused. Jolman tried to explain, That is not true. I was just momentarily fascinated by the princess's beauty, so I was a little distracted. Shen heard this. Then she adjusted his collar and let it go. Okay, if you say so, then I will let it go this time, thank you. After letting go of Jolman, Shane still turned away and kept scolding. Ha, if it were not for my father's orders, I would not have let this humiliation pass so easily. I will definitely defeat that woman, and take the position next to the King of Friton. Jolman came forward and wondered, Are you really planning to wait for him to return? You do not know when he will be back. She sat down on the chair, annoyed. Ugh, so annoying. Who would have thought that he would go to war? Now that I mention it, the rumors about the king doting on the queen must be exaggerated. Otherwise, how could he leave the queen and go to battle again right after returning? Just wait and see. As soon as he comes back, I will seduce him properly. Suddenly, Jolman pushed up his glasses. Then solemnly affirmed, It will definitely be okay, your highness. His Majesty Haroon on this side was not taking care of state affairs but playing with his concubines. He, come here, okay. While he was playing, the guard entered to report, Your Majesty, today Her Highness Haley has personally brought tea for you again. He was quickly taken by surprise, Haley. Then His Majesty immediately refused. Don't you see I am busy? Tell her to come later. But at this time, Haley had already entered with a coquettish tone, Your Majesty. She smiled to remind, I am here, you know. When the red smoke was smelled by His Majesty, he was mesmerized. Oh ho. He stood up to welcome, Haley, you have arrived. If you had waited a little longer, I would have come to find you myself. Haley quickly replied, He, but you missed me so much. How could I wait here? His Majesty quickly came forward and said, Come on, sit down. She happily said, thank you. The two concubines saw this and left. When the two sat down, he immediately praised, The tea you brewed is really delicious lately. I keep craving it. Haley heard this and asked to confirm, Oh my, really? I am so happy. It is an honor to know that my tea pleases your Majesty. If so, then the effort has been rewarded. His Majesty reached out and touched her butt. Yes. Anyway, Haley, you look so gorgeous today. At this time, Haley felt very happy to be able to control him. But as soon as she finished her work and returned to the room, Haley quickly ordered Yuan, prepare the bath immediately. She felt uncomfortable all over her body. HMPH. That withered old man is as clingy as a leech. It gives me goosebumps. Yuan also respectfully replied, The bath is ready, your highness. Haley heard this and smiled in praise. It is ready. I knew I could trust you, Yuan. Then I guess I will go take a bath right away. She wondered, Do you need anything else, your highness? Haley quickly revealed, Ah, that is right. I see that the perfume is running out. Can you get more? Yuan quickly took the empty bottle. Of course, please give me the bottle. At this time, she was a little curious. But seriously, how can you find such strange things? It is really disgusting, but since I use this perfume, that old man has been fascinated by me. If I continue to appear a little more often, he will come running like a dog every time I call. Yuan heard this and was delighted. I am happy when your highness is happy. Haley was still a little curious. But do I really have to bring tea every day? We have perfume already. What is the big deal? She immediately explained. The effect of perfume is only temporary. It only works when he smells it directly. It may take a while for the tea to take effect, but once he is addicted, he won't be able to live without it. It is very powerful. Its addictive effect will help protect you when you are in danger, your highness. Just endure a little longer. Consider it a precaution. Finally, Haley had to accept, Okay, I will do as you say. Suddenly she praised, Since I met you, everything has been going so well. Really, life has finally gotten better. These words made Yuan pause. Then she spoke up. You seem really satisfied with everything that is happening. Haley seemed to be controlled by greed and immediately denied, satisfied. No way, it is far from enough. My plan has not even started yet. On Micklock's side, William immediately asked the kid, Show your respect, this is King Micklock. That kid immediately hesitated. Hello? Miklok came forward to ask about the situation, so can you tell me what happened that night? The boy then recounted what he had witnessed. After dinner, I secretly snuck up to the hill behind the house, away from my parents. Then, suddenly, a giant monster appeared in the sky and breathed fire. In an instant, the whole village turned into a sea of fire. He wondered, why did you secretly sneak up there at that time? The boy immediately explained, my friend said there was something extremely amazing he wanted to show me. Miklok was puzzled. Amazing. At this time, the boy smiled and said, yeah, it is a ball that looks super mysterious. There are 2 of them, transparent, glowing gently, about the size of a fist. My friend said they are the eyes of a baby dragon. Cool, right? Everyone was shocked to hear this. Ralph could not help but shout, what? You never told us about that. The boy then stammered, well, you did not ask. How would I know? Then Miklok asked further, so what did you guys do with them? The boy quickly replied, we buried them under the biggest tree on the hill. My friend said we absolutely could not let adults find out. He quickly signaled for William to go find those eyes. The boy continued the story. Then, the monster burned down the whole village, so I could not go back, but at that time my friend laughed and said something I did not understand. Man will never forget this grudge. These words surprised Miklok. Then he grabbed the boy's shoulders, wanting to confirm, what is your friend's name? The boy was startled by the question. After hearing everything, William really could not understand. How could the heir to the Mayan tribe appear in that place? We do not know anything about the name Ludic except for the name. At this time, Miklok gritted his teeth and repeated, his name is Ludic, Ludic Ma'an, the heir to the Mayan tribe. Before that, Miklok had asked further, how did you meet him? The boy immediately said, about a month ago. Ludic fainted right outside the village. He said he was attacked by bad guys. So we hid him in the village. Then he asked again, what does Ludic look like? The boy replied, he is about my height, red eyes, and has a big scar on his face. Ralph was really confused. Could it be that he actually gouged out the baby dragon's eyes? Just to lure your majesty here, Miklok did not rule anything out. If he is the last survivor of a tribe that was massacred, living only to take revenge, then he can do anything. William went for a while and then ran in to call out, your majesty. We dug in the right place that the boy mentioned and found this. In his hand was some kind of package. As soon as he saw it, Miklok seemed to recognize it. Then he immediately affirmed, this is definitely the eyeball of a black dragon. He wondered, there is only one. Where's the other one? William also did not know. That is all we could find. Also, all the trees around, all of them were cut down, and they all point in the same direction, northeast. It looks like someone deliberately marked the way. After hearing this, Miklok quickly instructed, William, choose 10 knights. We will chase after him. Preserve this eye in ice and seal it safely. William hurriedly stopped him. This is clearly a trap. You should bring more knights from the Wind Canyon. But Miklok insisted on not listening. Even if it is not fully grown, a dragon is still a dragon. After losing one eye, it will definitely be more ferocious. We can't let the Wind Canyon's defense line weaken. William then had to obey. Understood. At this time, he made a judgment. That child is no ordinary person. Princess Shane can change her appearance at will. It is very likely that he can do that too. Suddenly, the boy said loudly, Seeing the boy's reaction made Miklok confused. What is it? The boy immediately wondered, Ludic, did he do anything wrong? He did not do anything wrong. Ludic lost his family because of the bad guys. He said he would punish them. So we should also punish the bad guys. Suddenly, Miklok came forward and patted the boy's head. You are right. Then he smiled and affirmed, I will personally talk to Ludic. I will take care of this. Do not worry. After saying that, he quickly ordered Ralph, protect this child. Yes, your majesty. Miklok ordered, we will go to the northeast. We have received their invitation. We must go properly. Arriving at the place to go, Miklok was quickly stunned. What the hell is this? William immediately came forward to inquire, wait, hey, what happened here? As soon as the woman saw the knights, she pleaded, Sir Knight, you have arrived. Thank God, my child. Please help me find my child. William was confused. Your child? The woman immediately recounted. Just last night they were sleeping soundly, but this morning they all disappeared. I searched the whole village, but there is no trace of them. But at this time, a loud shout warned, Speak carefully. Do not be rude to the knight. He just appeared and introduced himself. I am the village chief. If you do not mind, would you be willing to listen to what happened? Miklok quickly came forward and asked directly, How many children are missing? The village chief quickly gave the number. 13. All 13 children in the village disappeared overnight. He frowned upon hearing this. First adults, now children. These monsters are not even as good as beasts. Thinking, Miklok began to ask more. Have any strangers come to the village recently? Very likely their name is Ludic Man. The village chief quickly wondered, Ludic, do you mean that young man with terrifying power? The more he heard, the more confused he became. Terrifying power. The village chief quickly affirmed yes, he was from outside the village, so we were very cautious. But after seeing him break the ice on the Darlin River and fill the water into the bucket in just a few seconds, we hired him. Now that you mention it, he always took water at dawn, but he did not show up today. Do you think he is behind this? Miklock was not sure of anything. We will find out soon. Where is he? The village chief quickly revealed, there is an abandoned cabin at the end of the Darlin River. I believe he lives there. Miklock was extremely uncomfortable in his heart. Damn it, that is the road we just passed. Is he playing us? He quickly ordered, we will go out again. The knights immediately said in unison, understood, Your Majesty. At this time, the village chief was stunned. Wait, Your Majesty, do you mean King Miklock, Your Majesty? That woman suddenly ran over and called out, Village Chief. Then she announced, Village Chief, I found my child. My Junie. The village chief was surprised and turned back. What, where's Junie? The woman hugged her daughter and cried her eyes out. I heard a faint cry and went up to the attic. She was hidden in a basket in the corner of the room. Oh. Thank the goddess. The goddess must have been watching over us. Even so, the village chief still could not understand. Why would they only leave one of the 13 children behind? But anyway, thank the goddess, we found Junie. Suddenly, the village chief realized something. Then he quickly thought, that means there are only 12 children missing. If someone spreads the wrong number, then who knows how that misinformation could be used. I have to report to His Majesty immediately. On this side, Miklock had observed the place where Ludic lived and frowned, tch. Then he looked at the traces on the ice and wondered. He broke the ice on the river to get water. Miklock stood up and affirmed one thing, no one can do that without fire magic. Suddenly, William called out, Your Majesty, look over there, over there. It must be the hut that the village chief mentioned. As he ran to the house, Miklock warned, the ice may break, cross the river in small groups. Inside the house, a cry for help suddenly rang out, Please, save us. Suddenly, Miklock circled back, making William worried. Your Majesty, why are you suddenly going somewhere? He came forward and kicked the door open. Then he quickly found the children tied up and crying on this side. Please, save us. William wanted to rush in and save the children. It is the children, we have to save them right away. But Miklock stopped him. Wait. Looking at the cart hovering on the cliff. Miklock immediately warned. It seems that he has calculated the weight and tied the children up. Just one mistake is enough to make them fall straight down the cliff. Below was bottomless deep water. Then William decided, we need to tie the cart with ropes and tie it to the nearby trees. But there were no trees around, making him more uncomfortable. Damn it, he must have calculated it all. He immediately requested, call all 10 Freeton knights here. William did not know what Miklock was trying to do. Yes, sir, what do you mean? He now looked out and ordered, make sure the carriage does not fall off the cliff, hold it tight. Seeing Miklock risking his life like this made William worried, and he hurriedly stopped him. Wait, Your Majesty. He immediately ordered the knights, quickly hold the cart, you, go and hold the cart. He went inside and asked the child, are you okay? The child quickly replied yes. William was so scared that he ran out of tears, but he still did not forget his mission. Remove the door of the car completely. When the children come out, be careful to pick them up. He cursed in his heart. Damn it, that crazy guy wants me to die soon. After the children were rescued, Miklock quickly ordered, come and check the condition of the children. After checking for a while, William quickly reported, they are all fine. We currently have 12 people. This number will match the number when the last child is added. At this time, a person ran over. Then he kept panting to announce, Sir Knight, it is wrong. William was confused. What is wrong? Who is it? That person wanted to say, Sir Knight. The number of missing children is not 13, but 12. These words startled Miklock. Then he remembered the red-haired child tied up in it and wondered, then who is that? On Ralph's side, he now did not see the boy anymore and asked the other knights, hey, where did the kid go? The other knights did not seem to know the situation either. I do not know either. Is not he there? Back on this side, Miklock came in front of the child being tied up. Then he looked into Ludic's eyes and wondered, are not you the heir of the Maon tribe? You arranged this because you wanted to talk clearly with me. At this time, Ludic became resentful. I have lost my entire family. I will not forgive you. Just saying, on the boy, a dazzling golden light radiated, then it quickly exploded and fell straight down. Returning to Robbie after a sleepless night, he became haggard. In the end, I could not even doze off. Even at that time, even then, she looked so happy. Finally, he sat hunched over and admitted, well, now that I think about it, he really is handsome. Should I really be happy for Leah for her happiness? But Robbie was still very confused. No matter how much I think about it, I can't find the answer. From outside, Millie's voice echoed in, Young master, are you awake yet? I came to inform you that the queen has invited you to dine. Robbie was surprised to hear this. Leah. Then he quickly left the room in high spirits. That is right. Wallowing in sadness won't solve anything. Right now, the person here is not that brat, but me. Maybe Millie is misunderstanding. I have to hear it directly from Leah. When Robbie looked through the window, he saw Leah. Then he wondered, isn't that Leah? Didn't she invite me to dine? She must be taking a walk, because she did not think I would come so early. Robbie quickly changed direction. I will go first. Startling the maid, the dining room is in that direction. At this time, Robbie ran down with determination. But how can I persuade Leah? I have to look more handsome. So then, from now on, I will gradually show my feelings to her. Thinking of this, he smiled brightly and called out, Leah. Robbie asked, why are you here? Then he quickly backed away and screamed, making Shane confused. What is it? He pointed at her and stammered, why, you... Seeing Robbie's expression like this made Shane uncomfortable. Hey, I am the one who should be shocked. What are you shocked about? Then she quickly realized something. Wait, did you just mention Leah? Ha, I understand. What a cunning woman. Seeing his friend being slandered, he quickly got angry. You, who are you talking about? At this time, Shane introduced herself. I am Princess Shane, the representative of the delegation from the Kingdom of Malau. And exactly who are you? You just harassed me. Robbie was suddenly accused, so he quickly resisted. Harassed, I am Robbie of the Stone family of the Haroon Empire. Then he quickly apologized. I am very sorry for my rude behavior earlier. I mistook you for someone else. Shane did not seem to care much. Oh well, even though I am not innocent either. But you are really bold, coming all the way here when the king is away. Robbie was confused. What do you mean by that? Shane quickly gave an answer. Why are you so defensive? We are in the same situation, you know. Maybe you should be a little more friendly. He still did not understand what she was trying to say. Same situation? What exactly do you mean? Shane did not say much and showed understanding. You can't fool anyone. I can see through you. Then she bluntly declared, I am vying for the position of the King of Britain's lover. But, soon, I will take the position of queen, even though the king is a little distant from me. But he will soon fall in love with me. What about you? These words shocked Robbie. What? He stammered, WH. What do you mean? What is my situation? Shane at this time said, I said I understand your situation. Then she fabricated a story. You are the queen's secret lover. Right. Don't be content with just that. Why not aim for the position of that woman's husband? Robbie seemed to still pretend not to understand anything. What are you talking about, Ice? Shane quickly provoked. Here it is. The typical shallow pride of a secret lover. If you need help, just say it. It would be good if we could help each other in this situation. After saying that, she left, leaving Robbie alone with a lot of confusing thoughts. Me, the queen's secret lover. Where did this crazy argument come from? But wait, who is that woman? Is she really the king's lover? Wait, so, does that mean that guy is playing with Leah? As soon as Shane returned, she angrily threw the dress away and shouted, what a hateful woman. Ha! The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it is. Julmon seemed to have seen something, so he could not help but blush. Then he turned back and asked, what happened? You copied the queen's fashion to suit the king's taste. Cheyenne quickly gave up. Forget it. I do not want to imitate a woman who pretends to be good in front of others, but does what she wants behind her back. Julmon was confused. Behind? What do you mean? She spoke up again and recounted. I am talking about that queen. Even when the king leaves the palace, she brings her lover from her country. These words shocked him in disbelief. What? No way. How can you say that? Cheyenne quickly gave an explanation. I just saw that guy with my own eyes. They were clinging to each other as if they were inseparable. He mistook me for that woman and tried to hug me. She clenched her teeth and reproached. I bet King Miklock does not know anything. If he knew, he definitely would not let it go. Since that day, then the queen, until those lowly maids, I have always been uncomfortable with the way they secretly look down on me. Now then, what should I do with her? Thinking of this, she showed a sinister smile. On this side, Leah came forward and called, Robbie. Then she blamed, what took you so long? Did you oversleep or something? Robbie heard this and stammered, yeah, I guess I am a little tired. Seeing his expression like this made Leah try to make him happy. Why do you look so listless? I am just kidding, actually. I was a little hungry, so I ate dessert first. Robbie was surprised. Dessert? Now I feel guilty. Leah quickly said, it is okay. It is raspberry cookies, my favorite, so I am very happy. As soon as he saw those cookies, Robbie's eyes immediately turned red. Then he remembered when Robbie gave Leah cookies to eat when they were young. Hey, I brought this along to sneak in later. Want to try it? As soon as she saw the thing in his hand, she was surprised. Raspberry cookies? Hearing Leah's tone made Robbie misunderstand. Ugh, you do not like it. It turned out that those were the cookies that Leah's mother made for her to eat. Leah, come here. Are you hungry? Mom made delicious cookies. Here's your favorite raspberry cookies. When Leah picked up a cookie to eat, She cried her eyes out, making Robbie worried. Ugh, why are you crying? Did you bite on grit? But unexpectedly, she cried even louder, causing Robbie to cry along and keep apologizing. Don't cry, I am sorry. After a while, Robbie finally knew the reason why Leah was sitting here crying. So you were bullied by that girl named Haley, so you ran here. Then Robbie was angry for Leah. What the heck, if that is the case, then why did that man bring you here? He must be a bastard. Hearing this, Leah asked, so that means I do not have a family. Robbie immediately jumped up and denied. No, that is not what I meant. His expression became embarrassed. Then he made a suggestion. Your name is Leah, right? If it is okay, do you want to study with me? Hearing this suggestion made Leah stunned. Study. Robbie quickly said, you said that no one has ever introduced a teacher to you, right? The strongest weapon is knowledge. That is what Teacher Pallet said. You have to become smart to take revenge. Then he admitted without any concealment, actually, I am trying to become smart so that I can take revenge on my father. Because anyway, that is also part of my plan, so I think you can join. Leah really could not understand. Why do you want to take revenge? Robbie then immediately explained. My dad keeps telling me to inherit the family. That is a little scary. Leah could not help but laugh and tease. Silly. Why do you want to take revenge for that? Robbie was upset when he was scolded like that. What, did you just call me silly? When he saw Leah's innocent smile at that time, it really made Robbie's heart flutter. Then he sat down and asked, so, in short, are you coming or not? Leah then stammered. Did anyone say no? Don't take it back, okay? Of course, you have to come every day. Leah quickly accepted. At that time, Robbie vowed, I do not care if I look like an idiot. I will definitely not let anyone bully you again. Sinking forever in the past, Leah's call did not wake him up. Robbie, what is wrong? Suddenly, Robbie stood up and denied. You are wrong. These words made Leah confused. What do you mean? He sat down, wanting her to be honest with him. Don't try to hide it anymore. You are sad because of that woman, right, Princess Shane? Leah was startled when Robbie knew about Shane. How do you know about her? Then Robbie quickly criticized Miklock. That is not important. Why does your husband have a lover? What the heck is going on? Leah clenched her hands and asked, This, who told you that? Robbie quickly replied. She said it herself. Remembering Shane's expression made Leah uncomfortable. That woman really. She scratched her head and denied everything. That is not true. It is all just one-sided words from her. Come on, just eat first. But Robbie did not listen and slammed the table loudly. How can I swallow it right now? Seeing Robbie being too agitated made Leah unable to understand. Robbie, he angrily repeated. It has been 10 years, the time we have been together, and in those 10 years, my heart has only been directed at you. But if you are happy, then I think I should bless you and him. Damn it, but that guy, he can't treat you like this. How can he do that to you? Leah at this time still did not understand. Wait, Robbie, what are you talking about? Robbie at this time trembled, wanting to confess everything. I do not want to have to say it like this. Not in such a pathetic way. I had planned to keep this a secret forever. Just saying this, he made a decision. Then let us go. Let us go with me to the southern continent. I already have a plan. Let us run away from the Marquis's mansion together. Leah quickly stopped him. Robbie, calm down and listen to me. But he did not care, and grabbed Leah's hand, continuing, even if he is the king of Freeton, he can't chase us to the southern continent. I will protect you. But at this moment, Leah shouted loudly, as if to draw a clear line. Sir Robbie Stone. Robbie still did not listen and continued. Because he gradually lowered himself. Then he could not hold it back anymore and burst into tears and let go of her hand. I am sorry. Robbie helplessly admitted, I love you, Leah. Hearing this made Leah's heart ache, seeing him kneeling on the ground. But Leah did not yield and drew a clear line. Lord Baron, even if you are my friend, this time you have crossed the line. If something like this happens again, I have no choice but to accuse you of insulting the Freeton royal family. I am not in the mood to eat anymore right now. If there is a chance, I hope we can meet again. Hearing these words made Robbie cry his eyes out. Remembering the past when he was playing with Leah, silly, why do you want to take revenge for that? Then another image. If you go to the academy, we won't be able to be together anymore. Then also her smile. Okay, let us dance a song together. Then, also planning to run away, Robbie, should we go to the southern continent? Let us run away from here together. But just now Leah said, if there is a chance, I hope we can meet again. Robbie was really heartbroken to the point where tears could not stop falling. He could only resign himself to constantly calling Leah's name in his head. Leah.